Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to it. Welcome to the Dia Day, almost the Dia before the last day of the week.
I hope the juggalos out there appreciate my whooping for the record. That's a sound of jubilation.
I got a feeling in this audience, if there's any juggalos, it would be a juggalo.
I like to think that TJ held on.
Yeah.
If nobody else, I like to think that TJ held. He's like, you know what? Those two guys from the rock station are still doing radio somewhere. Oh, it's on that station they're running Travis and Sexton on. Screw it, I'm listening anyways. Painting his face up at 6:05.
I'm sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we were the guys that did the dumb rock show.
Heck, yes, we were.
Speaking of rock show, I got to mention this right out the gate because I saw it minutes before the show started.
Now, here's what I have to say. I'm
Isn't that crazy?
Those who know me know I'm a pro wrestling fan, so you know I'm a fan of a genuine audience pop.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest pops I've ever seen in my whole life. And that's every game?
It's like a tradition.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Enlighten.
Yeah, so I watched this. Well, actually, I was on Facebook and I saw a Sirius XM interview, and they were interviewing James Hetfield with Metallica.
I'm sorry. What is this Sirius XM?
I think that's what it was.
Is that? I've never heard of that.
They're the ones that thought they were going to take over us.
Oh no, you're talking about the fake radio.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
That didn't work out so well.
Right.
But anyway,
they try.
Hetfield was being interviewed.
Right.
And the guy
Metallica.
And the guy was, well, yeah, I'm a Metallica mark.
I'm sitting here trying to bag on him like, dang, they got the Metallica interview.
But I was going to make a joke, so never mind. But anyway, so the guy was asking, he was like, dude, have you seen the Virginia Tech, the seismograph thing and all that? He goes, dude, when I heard about what happens is the Virginia Tech football, the Hokies.
Yep.
They have a tradition every.
I know you said Hokies, but I'm sorry. All I can think was the giant sandwich. The giant sandwiches, the grinders.
I'd root for a team called the Big Sandwiches. The Hokies,
Hokies,
Hokies with a K.
Hokies.
I didn't name them. That's there. But anyway, before every home game, they blare Metallica's "Enter Sandman,"
right,
and the entire crowd. I'm talking the military guys, the band, the football players, the fans. They're all jumping up and down at once, going crazy, welcoming the team into the stadium. It's insane.
You would think House of Pain just took the stage the way people are jumping around.
And there's probably 80,000 people in that stadium. And
they're jumping up and getting down.
And they're all wearing the team colors, the white
red.
And that red of theirs. Yeah. And it's just so if you get bored, go type in Virginia Tech Metallica, and that'll pretty much pop up the YouTube video.
What you're going to find is, and specifically this one story, it broke seismograph records. It registered on a seismograph like an earthquake would.
Yeah.
That's the astonishing part. This stadium was rocking, and nobody bothered knocking.
Well, and I know for a fact, because I grew up. Not in Blacksburg, but not too far from there. That's where Virginia Tech is.
You grew up in Chocolate City. I get it. It's pretty much the same place.
No, Virginia Tech home is Blacksburg, Virginia. So that's why. But yeah, if you go get bored, check that video out. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're not talking about the Virginia Tech Metallica video all week, although I could.
It was impressive.
It was cool. Mayor Dennis Kintai is going to join us this hour. I forgot. What are we talking about again? What was our topic of discussion?
I dropped a bomb yesterday. I'm running for re-election.
So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and we had a special council meeting Tuesday.
I knew we had a special council, and I was like, I think that's what we're talking about. So,
hold on. You're telling me you dropped the news yesterday and you didn't let us have the scoop?
This is the scoop.
There it is.
This
You
is
just got
the
it.
scoop. Well, he said he announced yesterday, which means somebody else got the scoop.
Well,
And you know me. Only scoops I want come with chocolate.
Two
yeah, there's that.
I'm a fan of 2 scoops of raisins.
It was at 1 o'clock, and you guys are in bed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's true. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Because you get up at like 12 o'clock in
I
the
used
morning.
to say the butt crack of dawn, which
No, I got news for you. You guys were already here working when dawn cracked.
At this point, before dawn, because at heart I'm a farmer.
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I got a lot of cheese. Anyway, Mayor
All right.
Dennis Kentai is going to
Yes.
join us, and we'll talk about the city council, special city council, and obviously his announcement of re-election or running for re-election for mayor. Stick around in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to talk more city stuff. Public Affairs Director Juanita Jennings will join us. We'll talk about Public Forum, which is tonight for that meeting, and a couple other events. I think the zoo's got a ton of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff happening around town.
Yep.
And I was like, dang, he's just going right through.
No, I'm
stuff.
sorry. He had a bunch of these, so I'm assuming this is his official. I'm dying to know.
It's like, buy him a drink first.
Who
dang.
and where you did your photo shoot.
This is actually a reuse from before, and I can't.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like 4 years ago.
I know. Right before they took the shot, they're like, "Okay, act casual."
And then
suck in your stomach.
So Juanita Jennings will join us in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Crystal Noble with the Humane Society for Roswell here will join us and gives an update on pets available for adoption and
Please.
all of that. And please adopt. And I'm telling you, regardless if you go to the Humane Society or right next door at the Animal Control and adopt a pet, you're rescuing pets. Best way to go.
Yep.
Because if you
Absolutely.
if you rescue one out of Animal Control and or the Humane Society, and that opens up a cage. So if there's any animals on the short list over at the Animal Control, then they pull them off. So it's all rescue. They work hand in hand all the time. So we'll talk. We'll get the update from Crystal here about 9:15 or so.
Very good.
Plus, we'll have all of your hourly features that includes the news, both of the national and local variety.
Wow.
Business updates and Kim Commando updates, and what other updates just happen to pop up on the screen there.
Just a chock full morning of entertainment and information.
Yeah.
Wow.
All of it marginal at best.
We agree that we're going to show up every day and we're going to try.
That's
all right.
There you go.
We're gonna
All right,
Speaking of trying, it tried to rain last night, didn't it?
It did.
I don't know. They said we had a chance. I didn't catch much of that. So
No.
let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air for an isolated shower or thunderstorm by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny, low to mid 90s on our afternoon high, and it could be a little bit breezy late in the day. Overnight looks clear, down to about 60, and then a pretty hot day coming up tomorrow with mid to upper 90s and sunshine. Looks like sunny and 90s for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 62 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 70%. Winds currently out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Sunny today, a little warmer than yesterday, not as hot as tomorrow. 93 the high expected today. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight low of 61. South winds 5 to 15. Friday, I wish I had better news. I don't. Sunny, 97 for the high.
Well, what's weird though is how cool it is at night.
Yeah.
And although it hits the 97, it doesn't seem to stay there.
Yeah, it's not like a July 97. It's a September 97. But it's still September. We shouldn't be getting 97s. But you're right. Yeah, it's dropping like fall like at night and then summer in the day right now. But it's that time of the season, I guess. Anyway, 97 for a high tomorrow. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then looking at your weekend, sunny and 95 for your Saturday. North winds 5 to 10. And then Sunday, sunny, also a high of 95. Let's see. Looking at next week, they're saying 96 Monday. Now, we do drop down into the 80s, like Tuesday, Wednesday next week. 88 on Tuesday, 84 on Wednesday. So
what's the low?
Lows, Monday night, 63. Wednesday night. I don't have Wednesday night. Tuesday night, 56. So we dropped in the 50s on Tuesday.
Whoa.
So I think that's a first.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it's been down below 60 yet.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe because usually we get our first frost. What about end of October, first? Usually it's in that
something like that.
Yeah, usually it's around there. So that's about on average. Maybe the 1st of November. It's right in that sweet spot there usually. But anyway, maybe we're on track for that. It just feels weird. I don't know. I'm a dumb DJ, not a meteorologist. All right, it is 7:16.
But you play one on the radio.
I play one on the radio.
Yeah.
Real quick before we take a break, come on out tomorrow. I'm sorry, Saturday. I was thinking today was Friday. Got ahead of myself a little bit. No. Come on out Saturday. The Roswell High School Big Red Band is having a fundraising event. They're doing a big car wash. It's going to be this Saturday, the 18th. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be at the Diamond Shamrock on South Main and Roswell, 225 South Main. It's the one right over by the Foxford Gelbreth, right across the street there. Yep. That one there.
Know it.
Yeah, they're going to be there. They ask a $10 minimum donation, but it's a fundraising event. You want to slip in 20 or 50 or whatever you can do. That would be very helpful. But and again, all the money goes to the Roswell High Big Red Band, paying for their travel expenses to competitions and you ever seen the band gear? It's not cheap. So
no,
it's a lot of cost involved there. So kids are working to earn their keep to compete in the band and go help them out by getting your car washed on Saturday.
Yep.
All right, it is 17 minutes after 7. We're going to take a quick break, and then Mayor Dennis Kentai will join us. We'll talk all about the City Council's special meeting they had, and then, of course, we'll chit-chat a little about this re-election, running for re-election thing.
Yeah.
So don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Ooh,
there's nothing like a good night's sleep. But if your old, worn-out mattress is keeping you up at night, then hurry to Glenn's Furniture and change your life. Glenn's carries Serta, the finest mattress in the world. Whether you prefer a traditional inner spring, a modern memory foam, or a hybrid that combines the best of both, Glenn's has the right size and right firmness in stock, specially priced and ready for free delivery. So don't lay awake another night. Head for Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, making sweet dreams since 1953.
Maybe your AC unit needs a little tender loving care. If you don't know where to turn, then you don't know Jack. Fergalicious. In fact, they're downright funky. Fergalicious. Let the boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating get your AC unit ice cold, just like some of my lady friends. Don't let any fool make you lose your cool. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating. If you don't know Fergie, then you don't know Jack. 622-2660. Fergalicious.
The High Caliber Summer Sale is on now at LGS Guns and Ammo. Now through Labor Day weekend, save big on guns, ammo, and everything you need. From brands like Glock, Ruger, Springfield, Smith & Wesson, Mossberg, and more. Plus, massive savings on ammo, targets, magazines, optics, and knives, and a great selection of Springfield St. Edge rifles. The High Caliber Summer Sale on now at LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition in Hobbs or Roswell, and at lgsguns.com.
Talk about local color. Your trees are supposed to be green, not yellow. Hello, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. While we've been talking about our colorful geraniums, I've been noticing a lot of yellow trees around town, particularly those globe willows. It may come as a shock to you, but those trees are supposed to be green. If you have yellow trees, come see us at Roswell Seed Company. We have a fix that's fast and easy and doesn't cost very much. Remember, it's okay to have yellow flowers, but not yellow trees.
Bob Reed Pest Control is committed to providing the most modern pest control management solutions for homes and businesses. Bob Reed can handle every aspect of pest control, from general insects to trees, shrubs, yard treatments, and commercial weed control. They're the only authorized Centricon termite elimination system operator in southeastern New Mexico. No job is too big or too small. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today. Southeastern New Mexico's pest management professionals, 623-5344, and find them fast in names and numbers.
As the school year comes to an end and COVID restrictions start to ease, don't lose sight of the lessons learned. Cover your cough, positive personal hygiene, respect one another, show and tell others you love them. Fiscal and social responsibility are great ways to show your love. This is Damon Graham, your local New York Life agent. I can help you show your love to others. Call me at 575-623-0803 so we can determine how you best can show your love. Expect to be blessed.
A story was told of a new lawyer that moved to town. This new lawyer had a new office with no clients to start his new practice in the new town. One afternoon, as the very first person walked into his office, the lawyer immediately picked up the phone and said, I'm flying to New York on the Timmons case. It looks like a biggie. And ring Paul from New Jersey on the Pettis case. Also, I may join Hooch, Smith, and Patton as a partner. Gotta go. Someone just walked in. As he hung up the phone, he said, Now, how may I help you? The man replied, I'm here to hook up the phone. Oh, how we're always trying to impress people. Sometimes we even try to impress God. You know what? You don't even have to impress God. He wants you to be his child, and he will do great things through you. No impressing necessary.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Mayor Dennis Kentai back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good, actually. It's a beautiful day, and then we had our big thing yesterday.
Yeah.
So I sneakily get on your schedule, a week and a half ago or something like that. What we did yesterday, the Republican women meet every second Wednesday of the month. They got a contract with the convention center, and so that's where they meet.
Okay.
There's a good group, and Republican women out there, and even allow males in as associates. But it's a good group, and
you're part of the auxiliary.
Exactly. Associate members.
Yes.
So there's like 80 to 100.
Okay.
Largest Federated Republican women group in the state.
Impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, this is Roswell. So anyway, where I'm going with this is they had a meeting yesterday, and right after the meeting, I had arranged to have a little space and time in the foyer.
Okay.
So a few people came over, and more than a few. We had a bunch of people come by and stand there, and I was introduced by Marcus Nava. Okay. We all know Marcus.
Yes, runs the Hispanic Chamber.
And I really got to know him when he was doing the work on the census. Mm-hmm. He led the effort here.
Yeah.
Tremendous asset to this community.
He headed up that committee. Right? I knew he was on it. I couldn't remember if he headed it or.
I can't say enough good things about Marcos Nava. Just one of those go-to people. Yeah. Anyway, so he did a little introduction, and then I made it official, what everybody's been kind of talking about a little bit.
Right.
What's Kentai up to? And so, yes, I am running for re-election. Now, that election is in March.
Yes.
March
I believe
1st.
you officially have to declare, January 4th or something like that?
Yeah, you actually file on the 4th.
Yeah.
There's no petitions. You walk in and you sign up. You have to fill out some forms, but basic declaration of candidacy. So that's what's done at the city clerk's office on January 4th between 9 and 5. And then the election is actually 8 weeks later. It's a real quick, tight window.
Yeah.
So
the thing we want to let folks know is, if you're not registered to vote, get registered.
Get registered.
One thing folks need to know is the city elections are municipal elections. They are not party policy. When you run for office in the city of Roswell, you run as you. You don't run as a Democrat or a Republican or a Libertarian or whatever else is out there.
Or decline to state, ETS, whatever.
That does not matter. Now, obviously, when you talk to the candidates, they'll probably tell you where they lean and all that.
Oh, yeah.
But as they're not a representative of a Republican or Democrat party.
Yeah, there's no primary. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Now, just so we don't get confused, there is a school board election here in Roswell on November 2nd.
Yes.
Now, also in Hagerman-Dexter, there's municipal elections this November.
Yes.
That is not Roswell. This is, and I apologize if this gets confusing, but
this is part of the state's election deal.
Yeah, the state up in Santa Fe decided they know better than anything else. So the long story short is that they changed things without any input from us. Now, the municipal election also involves city council. There'll be 5 city council seats up.
Yeah.
But as we were talking just before, We don't know what those look like yet. We're waiting for the final census numbers so that those districts can be redrawn so that they're equitable in size, number of people. And that needs to be done by the middle of November.
Yeah, because it's got to be ready for these elections here coming up in the fall. I mean,
no, the fall.
As far as the school board ones, they don't need to mess with those.
No, there won't be time.
Okay, gotcha.
So
they're
the
going to leave those as is.
Are as is. Now, 2 years from now, the school board elections will be redone. A year from now, the county commission districts and legislative stuff will all be redone.
So the only one they're messing with now is the city wards.
City will be the first one up with new districts.
Okay.
And that will be in March, but we have to have it defined by November.
Now, obviously, it's too early to tell how it's going to look here, but you just kind of seeing numbers and things, do you think the ward redrawing will be pretty drastic, or will it be pretty close to what we're looking at now?
And, that's an excellent question, and I'm going to give you my gut feel.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some significant shifts because I believe what we've seen in the last 10 years is significant growth on the west side and in the north.
Okay.
We've had a lot out in Enchanted Hills, that new apartment complex on Sycamore, the Sorrento neighborhood that was built, Buena Vista, which was built, and some French Brothers developments, both on the north side, and there was some on the southwest side. But I think you're going to see significant shifts. So what's that actually going to look like? We will find out in a few months. But from my perspective, the mayor race, it's basically
you cover all the wards.
I cover all the wards. I cover it's the city limits.
Sure.
And so it's everyone who is a voter inside the city will have an opportunity to say yes, no, or whatever.
Yeah.
For me.
Let me ask real quick before we start talking about special city council and stuff. Since you're running for a third term as mayor, what's as mayor for this next one, what's do you have goals that you want to do for a third term? Things you haven't got done yet that you want to keep or moving forward with, or create or start?
Well, I talked about that yesterday for about 4 minutes. You don't need to go on and on and on for stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I'm actually pleased the Roswell Daily Record did a decent job reporting it. I have to behave myself here. But
they got your quotes correct?
Yes, they did. So here's the things I talk about. I talk about progress, spirit, and the fight. By that I mean we've made some great progress, and as we go along, we're going to highlight that and what we want to continue to do. The convention center, the recreation aquatic center, the splash pads, those things that we've done.
Yeah.
We're going to highlight, and that's an example of the continuing work we want to do.
Sure. Like I'm guessing too, because you didn't know about COVID when you ran for the second term here. No one did.
Yeah.
I imagine that's got to put a damper on things you wanted to get done in this second term.
Yeah, we took a hiatus on a lot of our capital projects last year because we weren't sure where money was going to be. So we will be looking. We've not just looking. We're now gearing back up.
Okay.
So what I mean by spirit, and I would argue that there's a different spirit in Roswell, not just at City Hall, but throughout the community. Hey, we're going to do stuff, and we expect things to be done right.
Yeah.
I call it an expectation of excellence. Do we always achieve that? No, we don't. But we're not going to settle for mundane or, what the heck anymore. People are going to hold the city accountable. Do this right. And that's going to be what we say to our staff and what we say to each other. Do this right. Whatever we work on, we want to do it well.
Sure.
And that's this the whole hard to nail down, but this just the way we do city council meetings is radically different from what it was 8 years ago. I mean, we have PowerPoint, we have electronics, we have an automated system.
Different location.
Yeah.
Even.
Where there's room for people. When we were in City Hall, there wasn't even a bathroom on the third floor for
I
the
remember
public.
those stories. Yeah.
And that's not fair. And the room was packed. It was tiny.
Yeah.
Now we've got room for people to show up. And if they want to speak to the council, we had a bunch of people about a year and a half ago when there was something to do with the Second Amendment. We were just
I remember that, yeah.
And we had a ton of people turn out.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is there was space. And, this sounds a little mundane, but there was actually nice bathrooms for them. And that sounds like weird, but no, it's important.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then final point is the fight. What do I mean by that? Let's face it. Roswell, the mentality here in Roswell is very different from what you see in Washington, D.C. and Santa Fe.
This is true.
And I think those places have lost their minds.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to have a quality life in a quality community, and I'm not gonna lay down and let the bullies in Santa Fe push us around. I mean, we're gonna stand up for our community. We also, sometimes it's a little more mundane, but when looked like American Airlines was going to terminate all of our air service, well, you know what? You don't just stand by and let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that kind of guy. So I jump into that one, and we negotiated, and we worked with American, and we kept our air service. That is now resumed. We got the 3 flights a day to Dallas.
Yeah.
We are going to have a second Phoenix flight in the month of October.
That's great.
That's kind of a test type environment. Americans, truthfully, American is struggling. All the airlines are, believe it or not, with flight crews.
Yeah, well, it's like the rest of the world.
Yeah. Where are the workers?
Employees. It has no employees. It's every single industry on the planet is having that issue.
So, so we have to. That's a month by month thing. But the good news is, American Airlines recognizes that we are a vibrant community, and we're going to be going after trying to get the air service to Denver.
Yeah, but about to say, I know COVID hit, and it probably put all of that on a kibosh. But is Denver still in the cards?
Yes.
You know, in the future.
We got an Airport Advisory Commission meeting this afternoon at 1:30 at City Hall. It'll be online. And we're going to get an update on that, on where we stand with that effort and what we're going to be doing next.
Very good. Do you have? I know you've done this before, so you've been down this rodeo. But for folks that want to learn more about the campaign thing, do you have your websites and all that set up? Or is
I'm
just,
on Facebook.
Yeah,
go to Facebook.
Just shoot them a message, or call City Hall and
yes.
and leave a voicemail, or he'll call you back, talk to you if you have questions.
It's the Mayor Kintai for Mayor, or Mayor Kintai. I forget what we call it.
Yeah.
Facebook.
It's on the you'll find the City of Roswell's website will have all his contact information.
So you can just reach me there. That's that's the simplest and easiest way.
Okay.
So we're rocking and rolling, and like we said, we had a special City Council meeting on Tuesday.
Yes, and this was for folks. If you missed our recap of City Council last Friday. One of the things on the agenda was to establish the ICIP list, which is basically a wish list of items projects that we have here in our community that if the state so desires to fund, we would love to have them fund. And that's basically
that's
what
kind
it
of basically it's called the ICIP, which stands for Infrastructure Capital Improvement Plan, and this is actually a multi-year plan. In other words, it covers from fiscal year 23 through 27.
Gotcha.
Now, what really is the purpose of this? And this plan has like 65 items on it, projects on it, and we the city and all cities and counties develop these so that there is a listing of what we're looking to do. Mm-hmm. You need to be on this list if you're going to seek funding, not just through the legislature, but grants or loans from the state. And for example,
is this kind of like for kids that apply for scholarships, they got to fill out the HASA form or whatever form that's called.
Thing.
I can't remember what it's called, but like before to get your foot in the door for scholarships, you got to have that. This is kind of
like that,
the municipality's version of that.
And now, like for example, on water issues, the state has established what's called a revolving water fund, and you get loans, but some of the loan can be forgiven. Now, this came out recently. It was kind of an oddity. We were approving a loan for a water project. I think it was over in the Edgewood area, over there on the east side of town. And I forget exactly how many $1 million it was. And one of the counselors raised, well, don't we have enough money to pay for this? Yeah. Why are we taking out a loan? Well, if we take the loan, they will forgive 40% of it. If we don't take the loan,
you pay it all out
we
of
have
your
to pay everything out of your pocket. So everybody kind of scratches their head and goes, okay, so it's a better deal to borrow because what we're really doing is we're saving 40%.
Yeah.
And the answer is, that's how it works.
And to be honest, it's a win for the other because it spawns their business, and it looks good for lenders when they have municipalities with good credit ratings doing these kind of things. It helps them too. So it's a win for them, even though it kind of sounds like they're taking a hit for something, but that's not our problem. That's theirs.
Yeah. So here we have like 65 projects, and what we have to do is send a resolution to the state saying these are our 5 top that we'd like funding from the legislature, which will meet in January.
Okay.
We're saying we would like some money for this. Okay. So how do 10 people agree on 5 out of 65? And this has always been a little bit of a challenge. And
sure.
We went back and forth. We stumbled on this Thursday night because some people didn't like what was going to be done.
Yeah.
And they thought we were going to do it the way we'd done it before. So don't laugh at me. Anybody who's a first grade teacher, like my wife has been, understands this. So we had a big printout of we had like 5 sheets.
Okay.
All right. Large sheets, 4x3 or 2x3, whatever. And on them was print out all these projects. And then each city councilor, not me, each of the 10 got stickers. Now, Councilor Perry was down in Artesia, so one of the staff members
He did virtual stickers.
Now they get 10 stickers.
Right.
We decided to do it that way. And then, so here we have.
Please say they were like little character faces. And
they were
smiley.
different. The city clerk, God bless Sharon Call. She's got a sense of humor. So each counselor had different stickers.
Nice.
So she had the little sheet that told you who did what. I have no clue. I'm like,
all right, who's the strawberry?
Yeah, exactly. Who's the little demon?
Who gets the Funko guy?
It was like, what the heck?
SpongeBob? Who's SpongeBob?
So we took up, and this was the fun or interesting thing. We talked about this for over an hour. We talked for 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then we went into it, and we took 17 minutes we started at 5:30, 45 minutes. We took about 17 minutes to put the stickers on, and about 11 minutes for the staff to then tally it up.
All right.
Who
got the most stickers?
Yeah, which project got the most stickers. All right, that became the starting point. So we had these 5 major projects. Now, you're going to ask me what the top 5 were, and I forgot to write them down. But the airport was number 1 with a $5 million request.
Okay.
We can get into that in a minute. So we have that. Now, what we have now is a starting point.
Mm-hmm.
And Councilor Roebuck, Chair of Infrastructure, makes a motion, needs to be their top 5. And we start talking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Councilor Perry wanted to change the order, and he makes a motion, and we talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually, I thought, went rather well. The odd thing was Perry's motion to change the order ended up a 5-5 vote. And I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, man, putting you to work.
Yeah, so put me to work. So I didn't like what he wanted to do. I felt like the order that came out was appropriate.
Gotcha.
And so I said, no. So I said no, because the counselors had come up with this list, these priorities themselves, and I wanted to stick with what they had come up with.
You don't want to taint that or
no, I don't. But it's a legitimate motion, and it was a legitimate discussion, and that's what I was very pleased with that. And I think some people felt the process was a bit odd, or maybe cumbersome, or maybe even seeming silly. But it's a challenge to try and get a true understanding of what are the objectives and goals of 10 people. So we're trying to get a collaborative sense of direction. And I think it worked out pretty darn well.
It not that the city council needs this, but it really forces people to assess and sit back and see what our priorities are and take a look at that.
Yep.
And you're right, because there's a little bit of everything here with because I'm guessing there's people on city council, the only reason they're like, I'm going to step up and be a part of city council because of passion projects or certain facets of the city that they want to address. And obviously the ICIP list probably falls in that category of projects that they're like, I got on city council to fix that project there. That's why I'm here,
Yeah.
So you're going to get some passion from that side of it, but and then you get the other folks that may not be as passionate on that project. They're kind of like, all right, I get what you're saying, but practicality, we need to do this before this, but that's where how those debates spark, and that's how government is never. Everything's glacial. Everything's got nothing happens quick in government. So what you hope for is getting it right. That's you're never going to get anything quick in the government, but you can at least hope for getting it right, and that's why you make sure you get the right people in there that are going to take the time to debate and discuss. I want people in there that are going to debate minute things and pay attention to detail on something that most of us like. Dude, you argued about something that stupid for 10 minutes? Yes, because to them it's that important, and I'm okay with that. That's part of being a representative of the people.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, an example, one of the projects made it, and I think it was number 4, was at the cemetery. Now, here's the thing. What's going on at the cemetery? Well, we've grown, or people have died. Yeah, whatever.
Cemetery's getting bigger. Yeah.
There we go.
Growth.
Growth. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you got to water the grass. So one of the projects we got doing is to improve the sprinkler system, irrigation system.
Mm-hmm.
But also coupled with that is the need for a new irrigation or an additional irrigation well. These are things that have been on the list. Now, the beauty of this is that these are things that are going to get done eventually because they have to be.
Sure.
The question is,
who's going to pay for them?
How do we pay for it? If we get money from the state to do this, we can take that money we would have spent on that and use it for something a little lower on the priority list.
Sure.
And then, we move forward. But there's things out there that just need to be done. One of the projects that we got high on the list is the South Washington between Alameda and McGaffey. We're going to actually do what's called a mill and fill, where you go in, you grind up the broken asphalt, and you fill it back in with brand new asphalt. It's going to be a beautiful new street, but it needs it. Now, this is the one that goes right by Missouri. Okay. We used to call it Missouri Avenue, but it's not on Missouri Avenue anymore. It's on Washington.
Gotcha.
There's actually 3 schools on Washington. Did you know that? Valley View, Missouri, and Washington Avenue.
And I think most people don't think about that, but yeah, you're right. Yeah,
that's our school. So
there's a lot of traffic on that street.
There is a lot of traffic.
School and
so that section there is going to be mill and fill. We got other parts of Washington. We're going to do that hot recycling. That's where you come in and you melt it, you smooth it out, and you micro grind it.
And is that like a process of, depending on road condition?
Yes.
You do that, but if the road's worse, then you need to go down to the mill and fill.
Because mill and fill is a lot more expensive than the hot recycle. Gotcha. The hot recycle is really a fascinating new process. I'm going to get geeky here for a minute, so bear with me. If you want to see an example of it, the two oldest examples are a country club between Garden and Maine.
Okay.
All right. That's East Country Club. Or Wyoming between First and McGaffey. Those were done 5 years ago.
Okay.
2016. Now, the hot recycling, understand, is not a rebuild. It's a life extension. In other words, you're not rebuilding.
It's like putting a coat of wax on your car. It kind of you're shining it up there, or getting a.
But the beauty of it too is it reduces the amount of water that gets down in through cracks.
So it's protecting and extending the life of that road condition before you have to do something. The mill and fill or something more major.
Exactly. So we're doing a lot more of that. It's a significant life extension. But, this is the kind of in the weeds thing we talk about. But there, like I said, we had like 65 projects here that we talked about and we're working on. Some things, like the tennis courts, we've already got that in the works.
Sure.
To do some renovation to the tennis courts. We're going to be doing some funding for that in October.
Nice.
And move forward with that.
The finalized list, is it on the website, on the city's website, for people want to go and check it out at their leisure?
Should be.
Okay.
It should be.
And if you don't find it, don't hesitate. Call City Hall and ask where you can get a copy, and I'm sure they can point it out to you.
Yeah.
It's available to the public. If you just
It's a
curious to
public
see what's
record.
on the list. And now you mentioned it's a multi-year thing. Do you guys look at it every year and make sure it's good? Is that how that works? And then every 4 years or whatever, you actually do the haul to say, all right, now we got to reestablish the list.
Now we do it every year.
Okay,
because it's a constantly moving thing. I mean, things can crop up.
Gotcha.
Oh, we need to do this now, or this has come up, and we'll put it on the end of the list. Well, what we do, the priority thing is another issue. Staff's going to provide a lot of input.
Gotcha.
Final responsibility for this rests with the council. Now, some people might say, well, why did you do these things in this order when this is more important? Remember, this is really an issue about funding for the from the state.
Mm-hmm. It's not about our needs. It's about what we think's got the best chances of getting funded.
Correct.
So you're like, okay, this sewer, it needs more work. But they're not giving out money for that right now. They are giving out money for roofs on whatever over here. So we're going to put that on the list because we do have that need too. I mean, is that kind of what the logic you guys use?
Part of the reality is that they being legislators, don't really want to spend a lot of money on sewer lines because there's not a good photo op.
But that rec center looks nice in the picture. Yeah, you ain't wrong.
The problem is that we didn't get any money for the rec center. But that's
no one wants a water treatment plant named after him.
Well, we now here's the deal about naming. I am adamant about this.
Yeah, we've had those.
We don't name stuff after living people.
Right.
We got that Stapleton Center up there in Albuquerque that they're going to have to rename that when the former state rep takes the hit.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. They're already ripping names and statues down of people that they're accused of doing something 200 years ago, despite you think nowadays. But anyway, another story for another day.
Yeah.
I was like, rabbit hole time. No. Got to stop.
Yep.
But again, the ICIP list is done. It's good for this year, and knock on wood, maybe some of those items on the list will get financed.
And one of the other quick interesting thing is that this morning about 9:00, we're going to have a workshop where we're looking at this money we got from the feds.
Okay.
And what do we do with this money? Now, this is not going to be a decision making. We're just going to be talking in general terms about what do we use this?
Sure.
Because we're getting like $11.7 million from the feds.
Is it pretty broad on what they're allowing you to do with it, or is the list very narrow what you can do with that money?
It's not that narrow, but it's not that broad. And so my attitude is ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Gotcha.
So we go ahead and we're going to I see this as one-time money. Let's use this to fix stuff, build stuff, repair stuff.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to use this to supply reoccurring expense type
stuff.
No,
you can't because the money's not going to be here next year.
Because you need a steady income to make sure you keep feeding those kind of things. This is like you just hit the lottery, let's go to the movies as a family. You know what I mean? It's like you got extra money, so you do something nice for the family.
Well, you buy a car or whatever, and something like that. Or you put on an addition to the house, or you renovate the bathroom.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Okay. Other than that, we're just rocking and rolling.
Very good.
And we got, like I said, airport advisory is this afternoon.
Yep.
And
don't forget public forum tonight as well.
Yes, public forum. Juanita's going to be
coming in next hour, and we'll chit chat more about that stuff and all that. But
she is awesome.
Oh yeah, there's a bevy of stuff. Get on the city's website when you get a chance. Follow the city's Facebook page because there's constantly updates.
I know.
On the tourism side, on the government side, and if you're a resident of this community and you use Facebook and all that, every single resident should have that as a like.
Yeah, well, no kidding. And what's funny is, I'm chuckling over here because people come up to me or even my wife. What about X? And I go, oh, I don't know. Well, the city's doing this, and this town, this city. Staff is so geared up. These people are doing stuff, and I can't keep track of all the good things they're doing. I mean, we got a great team. They're doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, I get tired just listening to what Juanita Jennings is doing. Not doing it. She's like this Energizer bunny who's out there doing so much stuff. and then the rest of the team is also out there. So I'm excited about all the forward progress that we're making, and like I said, the spirit of we're going to make things better, and we're not going to settle for second best. We're not going to settle for run of the mill. We're going to do a quality event. We're going to do quality facilities. We're going to do quality programs.
Well, I mean, we're arguably one of the most unique cities in the planet. I mean,
there is no such thing as most unique. Either unique or not unique.
Well, we are a unique city on this planet because not many towns of our size are internationally known.
Yeah, and intergalactic too.
Intergalactically known. True. Yeah, Gold Flab on Centauri 12 knows about us too.
Yeah, right. I mean, I get these little notices, what the heck? People write to me and they tell me about this.
Hey, can we get some federal tourism dollars to promote advertising galactically too?
Let me look into that.
Does that count for lodgers tax money?
I'll circle back to you on that.
Can we get lodgers tax money for that?
We're almost out of time, but we ought to take a few minutes and talk about the Ag Expo.
Yeah.
The New Mexico Youth.
That's right.
I went by there Tuesday morning, briefly spoke to some people. That is an awesome program. Now
they have a lot of stuff going on this week.
This was the folks that were going to do it up at the state fair, had been doing it at the fair for decades, right? Well, then the state got really kind of funky about all these extra rules and regulations. One of the interesting little tidbits I've learned is that because it was a statewide competition, the judges for the livestock come from outside the state, so there's no bias.
Oh, wow.
So these judges, when they heard that Her Highness the Governor had decided that they had to be vaccinated or whatever, said, no, we're not going to come. And so that started to screw up the whole thing. Well, part of it because this came out, it wasn't like the rules were known a year ahead of time, right?
Right, yeah. It's all
at the last minute.
Sure.
So the scramble was on, and hats off to the Fair Board here, the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Board.
And they stepped up.
Great people. They set up, and they made this facility available. Now, the Fair Board, understand, is not running this event. It's the New Mexico Youth Ag Expo.
Yeah.
So that's a different group, but the facility was made available by our folks down here. They've come down, and the mayor's making a pitch to make it a permanent arrangement.
I did hear
just like that.
I
am a mayor.
They're agreed to multi-year, so that we're going to be seeing them for a while.
I'm hoping to get back out there again either this afternoon or tomorrow.
Good deal. I do know they've got the big auction, the livestock auctions tomorrow, I believe in the evening. Actually, Senator Cliff Pirtle's coming on tomorrow morning in the 8 o'clock hour before the county manager comes on, and we're going to talk all about the expo and the money parts tomorrow night. That's where the kids get all the money for all their hard work.
Now, this is a little tidbit here, and this was explained to me very carefully. This is a statewide. This would have been what they would have done if it had gone to Albuquerque. We have our fair with the Eastern New Mexico State Fair October 4th. So don't spend the money you would have spent at the end of our fair.
That's right.
On this. If you want to buy at both, that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't come down here and do this one and then not show up at that one.
Spread the love. Keep some love ready for the Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
Yeah, we want both.
Absolutely.
We're greedy.
Yeah. Now, cut big checks for everybody. Then we'll call it a win. So, well, thank you, Mayor. As always, appreciate the time, and I know we'll talk to you a bunch between now and re-election. But good luck in the campaign here.
Yes, thank you, sir. We'll see you.
All right, it is 7:54. Quick break before Town Hall News. Don't go away.
How many times do you think we could say lucky in 30 seconds? This is the lucky 13th year for the Artesia Chamber of Commerce's Clay's Crusher Fun Shoot. If you're feeling lucky, please join us on Saturday, September 18th for a fun day of shooting clays. Luckily, we scored a spot at the Eddy County Shooting Range, and we'll have 2 rotations at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. If you're lucky, you will hit all 70 targets. If we are lucky, the weather will cooperate. It's just $150 per participant. A team of 5 is just $750, and a sponsorship is luckily $1,300. Sign up at artesiachamber.com or give us a call at 575-746-2744. We just said 7 luckies in 30 seconds. Luck must be on our side. Clay's Crusher, September 18th, artesiachamber.com. Paid for by the Artesia and Eddy County Lodgers Tax.
Score a jackpot of a great deal during the Instant Savings Vehicle event at Roswell Nissan. All in-stock vehicles have been marked down during this massive event, so odds are you'll save big. Get a 2011 Nissan Rogue, a 2013 Hyundai Veloster, a 2015 Nissan Altima, and more for only $149 a month. Or a brand new 2021 Nissan Titan 4x4 Crew Cab for under $40,000. Get a free 12-pack and spin the wheel just for stopping by. And while you're there, enter to win a multi-game table. Play to win this month at Roswell Nissan. 2111 West 2nd.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Teachers are the heartbeat of the classroom and often use their own funds to bring supplies and resources to their students. Kinetic by Windstream is kicking off the 2021 school year by showing appreciation to teachers across the country with a chance to win a $1,000 classroom supply grant. Nominate your favorite teacher for a chance to win by visiting GoKinetic.com and going to the Community tab, or stop by a Kinetic retail store near you now through September 30th to place your nomination.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than just serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable. Serving part-time lets you attend school full-time while you take advantage of education benefits that can help you graduate debt-free. If a civilian career is your goal, serving part-time allows you to work at a full-time job. The skills, qualities, and contacts you'll develop in the Guard can open doors to a great civilian career. Want to serve but worried about being away from friends and family? Part-time service in the Army National Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want while you enjoy the many benefits of serving your community and nation. You owe it to yourself to learn more about how the Army National Guard can fit into your life. Visit nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The first toilet being flushed in a motion picture was in the movie Psycho. Mike thought it was Gone with the Wind. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:58. Stay tuned next hour here about 8:15 or so. Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, Juanita Jennings, will join us. So we're going to keep talking city business next hour as well. She'll give us an update on all the stuff happening around town, including tonight's public forum, events at the zoo, and I mean, there's just a bevy of stuff. So she'll give us the list of stuff. So if you're saying there's nothing to do, I ain't gonna lie, that's on you. I know I hear that. I hear it less, though, which just makes me good. And maybe it's I just hang out with less people. That's very possible, especially in COVID world, right? It's like, oh, no, I don't want to be near people. That was actually my whole life thing. That's just me. That's another – that's a conversation for a guy on a couch at another time. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna have all kind of stuff out there. So plenty to do. And if you're one of those folks saying there's not enough to do, well, you're not looking hard enough. Always follow. I tell you, if you follow the City of Roswell, their Facebook page and everything, and the county's Facebook page, there's like 5 or 6. If you live here, you follow. You'll kind of get the skinny on just about everything that's happening in town here. So use it to your advantage instead of looking at people's arguments about stuff that makes you mad. All right, 8 o'clock, Town Hall News next.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Retail sales and unemployment applications go in the same direction, up. Correspondent Jeremy House.
The Commerce Department says retail sales rose a seasonally adjusted 0.7% in August from the month before. It was much better than the 0.85% decline Wall Street analysts had expected. However, the report does show a shift in how the Delta variant has changed where Americans spend their time and money. Online sales soared 5.5% last month, while sales at restaurants and bars were flat from the month before.
332,000 Americans applied for jobless benefits last week. That's a rise of 20,000 from the week before. The Biden administration has started notifying states as to how many Afghan refugees from among the first group of almost 37,000 they should expect to take in.
The administration has requested funding from Congress to help resettle 65,000 Afghans by the end of this month and 95,000 within a year, according to State Department data for the Afghan Placement and Assistance Program seen by the AP. California's projected to take a large figure, more than 5,200 people, while Alabama and Mississippi are each slated to welcome 10. Oklahoma, which over the course of the 20-year war has resettled a relatively small number, is down to settle 1,800 new arrivals. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
They are supposed to spend 3 days up there, the first all-civilian crew of a manned space mission, no professional astronauts on board, now orbiting the Earth. Their SpaceX rocket blasted off last night from Florida's Kennedy Space Center, ushering in a new era in private spaceflight. The Dow's down 107 points, the NASDAQ off 80. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When was the last time you watched your home movies? Do you have a VCR anymore? What about a film projector?
With technology constantly changing, most families don't have a way to enjoy their recorded memories, trapped on VHS, camcorder tapes, film reels, and photos.
That's why we created Legacy Box over a decade ago. Legacy Box is an affordable mailed-in kit to have your aging media digitized to DVD, thumb drive, or the cloud. Our trained technicians digitize everything by hand right here in the U.S.
Imagine being able to easily relive weddings, graduations, baby's first steps, and more. Get started future-proofing your memories today so you can gather the whole family together and begin the trip down memory lane. Plus, for a limited time, we're offering 40% off.
Visit legacybox.com/lbox to get an exclusive 40% off. Buy today to take advantage of this incredible offer and send in when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/lbox to save 40% off. legacybox.com/lbox.
Word of a UK-US-Australia joint security pact brings an angry response from Beijing.
China's foreign ministry spokesman has said that Beijing would be paying close attention to the new military alliance between Britain, Australia and the United States, which he said was part of an outdated Cold War zero-sum mentality. Charlie Jen had particularly strong words for Australia after the decision to equip its navy with nuclear-powered submarines and buy Tomahawk long-range missiles. He said that the international community, including neighbouring countries, had reason to question Australia's sincerity.
The BBC's Stephen McDonnell in Beijing. Germany's biggest rail operator, Deutsche Bahn, and a labor union representing engineers have agreed on a pay raise to end a series of strikes that caused chaos for commuters and vacationers over the summer months. News and analysis at townhall.com. Another Confederate monument comes down.
A statue thought to be the last Confederate monument still standing on a courthouse lawn in Maryland will be moved to a battlefield in Virginia. The Talbot City Council voted 3-2 to move the Talbot Boys statue from its spot on Maryland's eastern shore. It was dedicated in 1916, and local activists have worked for years to have it removed as a symbol of racist oppression. Civil rights advocates sued the county in May, hoping a judge would order it taken down. Private funds will cover its relocation to the private Cross Keys battlefield in Harrisonburg, Virginia. John Scott reporting.
Moderna making the case for a COVID vaccine booster shot. The company says that a large-scale vaccine trial shows that the protection that's offered by the Moderna vaccine does indeed fade with the passage of time. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Deuces.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
It's a sweet thing to say.
Yes.
It goes out smooth.
Getting a real Ed McMahon feel to me. Yes.
You are right,
correct,
sir.
Hi-yo. Hi.
You gotta do that
I mean, if I'm going to lean into the co-host vibe, I got to lean into the co-host vibe, you know? I got to sit here with just one arm. Just
like, to be honest, if you wanted to play the role of that sidekick co-host role on, like, Tonight Show, I would prefer, rather than the very real Ed McMahon, I would prefer the fictitious, hey now, Hank Kingsley from Larry Sanders Show. That would be, you remember that show?
I vaguely remember that, the Larry Sanders. I only, see, I wasn't a huge...
As an Arrested Development fan, I would figure you would love.
You would think, right? But I wasn't a huge fan of Gary Shandling. It was just like his, I don't know if it was...
That show's a brilliant show.
I'll be honest with you. When I was coming up, there was an influx of Jewish comics. And you sort of got like, I got my fill, you know? And it's just, I don't know.
You know what? The Gary Shandling, the Larry Sanders Show was a brilliant show.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
it was a brilliant.
From what I saw of it, I would love to go back and rewatch it in my adult eyes.
Yeah, now it's dated because obviously, technology is way behind
because
and all this.
You know how much I love like Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. I love that whole like pullback of the curtain backstage. So going back and watching, I think would do me some good.
Yeah, I really think that show. Like they had the Hey Now and the Hank Kingsley, but I feel like Larry Sanders was more of a David Letterman type than a Carson or Jay Leno
Gotcha.
type.
Okay.
In my head, like he did the thing with the pencils on the ceiling. He did all the things Letterman did. That kind of sticky stuff. Yeah,
the real
that's kind
schmaltzy stuff.
Yeah, that was kind of a Larry Sanders character.
Jewish. or I guess what's the
address all complaints to Charles Wells.
Fair enough. Wait, like three of them here in Roswell. No, what are the what's the Catskills? There you go, Catskills style, like that kind of take my wife, please.
Telly Savalas.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Telly Savalas used.
Yeah, I know. Was he a Catskill comic?
No, but
he used to I'd love to see Telly Savalas as a cat.
No, he used to do. This is probably before your time. He used to do commercials for Players Club. And he tell him, and he'd be like,
I remember.
Go to Lake Tahoe, the Catskills. Like he'd send you to these places. You know?
I didn't necessarily remember that Catskills reference, but mine was more like the Shecky Green style. Like,
he basically was his Kojak character, but hawking Players Club.
Who loves you, baby?
It was one of those things that actors do when they spend all their money and they have to do things that are less than their stature as a actor.
You ever wonder what the lollipop budget was for Telly Savalas on set?
I gotta imagine they could free that out and sponsor, right? Like the blow pop people.
The Dum Dums people were on line 3.
It's time for Kojak, brought to you by Dum Dum.
Tootsie Pop, the official sponsor of Kojak. Wait. There you
go. So let me give you the rundown for today's show.
Hey, there it is again.
Or this hour of the show, I should say.
Yes.
You are right, sir. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a few minutes. Then about 8:15 or so, hey now. I like that. That's what I feel. Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, will join us. We'll talk about tonight's public forum. We'll talk about all the other stuff going on here. Oh,
Juanita Jennings.
You got the Karnak
People
thing
joining us for the deuce. We're going to do references. Let's do references.
I like it. It's a good one. I have in my hand the final.
They always do the pop.
Yeah, exactly. So Juanita will join us here in just a little bit. And then later on this hour, we'll get you update with news and your town hall business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show.
Indeed.
Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
You are correct, sir.
And it's going to get warmer than it was yesterday.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air for an isolated shower or thunderstorm by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny, low to mid-90s on our afternoon high, and it could be a little bit breezy late in the day. Overnight looks clear, down to about 60, and then a pretty hot day coming up tomorrow with mid to upper 90s and sunshine. Looks like sunny and 90s for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 66 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 63%. Winds currently out of the east at 3 miles per hour. Today, mostly sunny. A little warmer than yesterday, but not as warm as tomorrow. 93 for a high today with south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 61. South winds 5 to 10. And then just going to be hot tomorrow. Sunny. Highs near 97. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear tomorrow night with an overnight low of 63 and north winds at around 10 miles per hour. And then looking at your weekend on Saturday, sunny skies. Highs expected to hit like 95. Cool. And then for Saturday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 64. And then Sunday, sunny 95. And then again, 96 on Monday. But good news. If you need something to look forward to down the road, Tuesday and Wednesday next week, they're calling for 88 for a high, 84 for a high on Wednesday. So I think we'll see a cooling down midweek next week. Cross your fingers. Do your rain dance, whatever you got to do to make that stuff happen. Let's get her done. All right, 12 minutes after 8 o'clock before we take a quick break here. Come on out to Gray's Farm. It is green chili season. The smell is in the air. And Gray's Farm's got you covered. If you're looking for the delicious, most tastiest green chili, they got you covered. They've got the big gems. They've got the extra hots. They got the regular hots. And if you're not into hot, they got the milds, too. So all of them full of flavor. They got fresh jalapenos as well. If you go down to the Gray's Farm and Garden Market, the store, it's now open 7 days a week. You can come down and get that green chili and other great fresh produce as well. Your green chili, you can get like the bag of it. You can buy it by the bushel, the half bushel. They'll roast it right there for you on site. And they will even ship green chili to anyone in the continent or anywhere in the United States, anywhere in the U.S. They will ship it. So if you've got friends, family, they came visited and you got them on the green chili bug. It happens, I know. And they live out in Oklahoma or one of the Kakalakis. You can have it sent out there. They can do all that. Just give them a call direct, 575-622-1889. And then, of course, come on by the Gray's Farm and Garden Store, open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. Again, call them, 575-622-1889 to order green chilies online. If you have any questions, directions are located about 6.5 miles southeast of Roswell on the old Dexter Highway there. All right, it is 8:14, 3.5-minute commercial break, and then Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, join us here in just a few. Don't go away.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell or call
622-4455. Do you or someone you know enjoy playing country music and think of the stage as a second home? Then Sycamore Flood is looking for you. Recent winners of the UFO Festival's Battle of the Bands and opening act for Chevelle Shepherd, Sycamore Flood is looking for a country rhythm guitarist and drummer to join the band. If you're a dedicated musician with a flair for country, then this could be the opportunity for you. Call Jennifer at 420-8283. That's 420-8283. Or find Sycamore Flood on Facebook to schedule an audition. Sycamore Flood is an equal opportunity organization. Enjoy more of the speed you need with gigabit internet from Plateau Fiber. Fiber means more speed, and that means more streaming on more devices with less buffering. Plateau offers True Gig, a dedicated fiber connection to download and upload what you want with speeds up to a gigabit per second. Best of all, it's all yours. You don't have to share your connection with the whole neighborhood. Sign up now to ensure your neighborhood is part of the next service zone. Learn more and get signed up today at plateaufiber.com. That's plateaufiber.com.
Talk about local color. Your trees are supposed to be green, not yellow. Hello, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. While we've been talking about our colorful geraniums, I've been noticing a lot of yellow trees around town, particularly those globe willows. It may come as a shock to you, but those trees are supposed to be green. If you have yellow trees, come see us at Roswell Seed Company. We have a fix that's fast and easy and doesn't cost very much. Remember, it's okay to have yellow flowers, but not yellow trees.
Welcome to the Asian market. This is Nok. Right now we have a new ingredient like galanga, lemongrass, lime leaf, and Thai chili to make tom yam goong and tom kha gai. And try out new delicious nail soup on Saturday. Come see me at the Asian market, 5702 South Main. Call for order 840-5309.
I've heard it said, speaking my mind is easy, speaking it tactfully, not so much. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Proverbs 15:15 says, a gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Sometimes my greatest accomplishment is keeping my mouth shut. There are times when we argue that it would be easy to lash out. So I have a choice to make. I can either feed the fire or quench it with my words.
Julie and I have learned there's going to be arguments, but we've learned to fight and argue, not to be right, but to get the situation right.
So the next time you're in an argument, try saying something kind from a genuine heart to bring peace in your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Elephants use these skin folds on their bodies to crush mosquitoes. Mike Winters uses his to hide M&Ms. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, Juanita Jennings, back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, you're smiling, so that's good.
Yes.
For folks that don't know, I say Public Affairs Director, but that's like a sliver of what she's doing. I mean, she's really kind of just holding things together, making things happen, and which she could use help. Before we talk about anything and everything that's going on tonight, if you're looking for a career with the city, yes, there is many opportunities in many different departments.
Yes.
I would imagine every department that the city has employees in, there are openings and positions available, pretty much.
Yes.
Go to the city's website, roswell-nm.gov. Please go there. If you want to do in the tourism side, if you want to do on the infrastructure side, there is openings all across the board, and they're all city positions, especially with the full-time. I mean, there's part-time and full-time, but with your full-time positions, many of those come with the full benefits, the full accoutrement of packages, benefits, yes, healthcare, vacation.
Yep.
And in the part-time, even, that's your foot in the door too. If you're maybe you're younger going to college and you need something to earn some money, there's lots of opportunities through tourism, especially if you're pursuing degrees in those fields and I guess what would that be? Concierge, hotel, customer service,
yep, hospitality,
hospitality, even in marketing or communications, those areas,
yes,
even. Shoot, in this day and age, if you're going into like the humanities, social work, all those, there's,
yes,
there's a lot of opportunities there too. But Again, roswell-nm.gov. See the list, start applying, and then because I'm telling you right now, we talk about what we have and what our facilities are available to us and things. We can't keep the rec center open if there's not enough employees to man and make sure that the pool's covered, make sure that there's, because any less employees, especially at recreation type places, less employees could potentially be a safety problem. So we can't compromise there. So if you're looking for work, you're experts, or you're pursuing into these fields, please apply. And that way, when you're like, man, I want to go, well, now we got people there. We can open it back up to more normal hours. And to be honest, I think a lot of your closures, delays, or not openings aren't so much COVID disease related.
Right.
It's staffing and not availability of coverage related. So please apply today.
Please apply it. Yeah, especially right now we're looking just in public affairs, just that little umbrella. We're looking for a marketing coordinator. We're looking to add another graphic designer to our team. If you have, any passion in that, a creative writing, things like that. For the recreation side, we are looking for people to work at our adult center. Right now we are on modified reduced hours just because, again, the staffing levels.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is our lifeguards. We're actually going to be holding a lifeguard certification class in the beginning of October, last week of September. And so, again, it could be a part-time job or a full-time job. And then we're looking for some managers and leaders. So we're taking, some of our departments, we are making sure that we have really good succession planning for those individuals and really good ladder of succession to grow and move within the city. And so we're looking to hire a recreation manager, an aquatics manager at our convention center. We're looking for a sales manager. We're still looking for a chef. So lots of different opportunities and things that are available throughout the city.
Sure.
So,
and all of those are family supporting careers.
Absolutely.
And well paying. Well, these aren't flipping burger jobs. These are jobs that you can really support a family with. And
yes.
That's what they're about. So please apply today. Show off your expertise, and hopefully you can put it to work for our community and make us a better place. So
yes.
Please do that. Please apply. Now, that being said, we have a bevy of stuff here. I guess probably first tonight, we'll talk about tonight's public forum.
Yes.
This is a monthly public forum. Really, in all reality, we've been doing public forums for about 3 years now?
Yes, since
4 years?
Since our city manager came on board, this was one of his initiatives, outreach to the community where they can come and have direct conversations with him. His door is always open to the community, but this is really focusing on topics that the citizens are concerned about and answering their questions, getting their feedback, their input, and ideas. And so tonight's topic, we are talking about the big beast.
Yes.
Capital outlay and infrastructure improvement. So,
which the city council just finalized for this year.
They did.
But that's a constantly evolving, constantly changing list.
Yes.
And like if you go back and listen to our conversation with the mayor, if you want to know more about it, but it's really, it's an art form to how they put things on that list, because you're thinking, you and I that don't deal with government every day are kind of like, well, we got 5 things that we really need bad. Let's just put them right on the list. But but you're also playing like mental games, because you're like, all right, the legislature, we really need this, but the legislature generally isn't funding those projects, but they are funding these projects, which we do need, but not as bad as this one. So, but we should bump it up because we could probably we have a better chance to get money for this one than this one. So they play that game, and and I know it gets in the weeds, and most people don't care about that, but that's what they're dealing with. So meetings like tonight, this is your chance to say, hey, these are the things in my neighborhood, we got a problem over here. The city should address this.
Yes.
Or, we got a great community, but wouldn't it be nice if we had this over there?
Right.
Something like that. And this is your opportunity to put those thoughts in our city manager's head and other counselors and other experts, or the people that need to hear these things,
right?
And get those ideas. And sure, I would imagine there's probably things on an ICIP list right now that was just something that some citizen brought to one of our city councilors and said, this is something we need to address. And they went and looked at it and said, yeah, you're right. Let's get it on the list. And tonight's an opportunity for those kind of things to happen. So if you have those questions, demands, any of these things, or you just kind of want to know what this is all about and want to figure out how this works, come out to the meeting tonight. It's all virtual.
It's all virtual. So it starts at 5:30 live on our Facebook page and Instagram channel, which is Roswell NM Government.
Yes.
And we'll have like a 30-second intro, and then you'll hear from Mr. Nebb, our city manager, and probably Juan Fuentes.
Yeah.
He's our director of administrative services, who kind of manages the list of ICIP projects. They'll give you kind of an overview. We also had a call for questions, usually that the citizens will ask. We leave it open. They can comment right there on Facebook. If you didn't submit a question ahead of time, not a problem. You can submit it through the Facebook or through the Instagram channel, and we have on the back end, it's kind of like a studio, like a news television station, but just micro site of it. So we have a teleprompter for them, and we type in the background, here's the question coming in.
You sound way more professional than us. We're like, hold these wires together.
There's lots of chords, I will tell you that, and I'm like, where does this chord go? Still learning that part, but we get it. It's a great opportunity for our citizens, really just to kind of, have that conversation and provide that input. Putting something on the list, it's not just like, hey, I would like to have this on the list. There's a lot of legwork that goes into actually getting it on the list, from the staff's point of view, getting estimates on costs or doing the research of what is needed. And it is a lot. Do you think they're going to pick this versus this? Should I rank this higher in priority? And really from the citizens, what are your priorities? What do you want to see most important improvements throughout the city? I think right now you have a really great staff of individuals, my colleagues and coworkers, who are dedicated to improving the city of Roswell for everybody, not just for one group or another, but really looking at it as a whole community, as how do we continue to move forward and make progress so that other people might want to live here and build a business here and things like that. But really tonight, 5:30, it only lasts an hour.
Yeah, it's very short.
5:30 to 6:30.
And you can watch it in your underwear. We won't know.
And they really, we won't know. That's true. That is true.
But in all seriousness, but like if you're busy, I know people usually cooking dinner and getting ready, you're getting home at that time. No problem. You just pop it up on your computer or your iPad or phone or wherever it's convenient for you, and tune in. And then, like you said, if you've got questions, things, please submit them and get them out there, and let's share your thoughts and share, because let's face it, our elected officials are officials that work for the city that are appointed by our elected officials. They don't necessarily, they have their own ideas and what they see in things, but they don't see every facet of the city. They don't see your corner of the world like you do. So please get that in their list. If there's really things that can benefit our community through these things, come out to the meeting, learn more about it, and that's how they happen. And that's how, like I said, when I said it with the mayor, nothing happens quick in government. Nothing. No. The best you can hope for is get it right. And so this is how you do that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's tonight.
That's tonight, 5:30.
Plenty more going on.
Yeah.
Here too.
So fall programming, kicking it off. So let's start. Can we start with Adult Center?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night they're having an adult dance. So it's cruising into fall.
Okay.
So it's classic oldies dance. Doors will open at 6:30.
Okay.
The dance starts at 7. It'll run from 7 to 10. They have a DJ. It's going to be at the Adult Center.
Okay.
If you'd like to come, you can buy tickets at the door.
Okay.
Or you can go online at roswellconnect.com.
Okay.
Get online and you can purchase your tickets there, or you can get them at the door. And we are working at getting that Adult Center activated and want people to engage with us.
Come use it. Come utilize it. That's what's there for you, the community.
Yes. So right now, the Adult Center is open every Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We would love to hear from our community as what programs would you like to see in the winter, starting in January. We're finalizing our program schedule for January in hopes that we're going to have staffing to reopen at a fuller schedule. But tomorrow night, Adult Center, cruising into the oldies, 6:30, doors open.
Absolutely, and one of these things that, like when he was saying here, this is one of those things. This is one of these programs that this is solely for the benefit of our community, as a bettering of our amenities and making our community a more desirable place. Thing is, the city's going to put money where the most benefits the most amount of people at one time. If you don't support the adult center, if you don't come out and participate, they're going to fund it less. They're going to do less, and who knows if no one wants it, it's going to go away. So I'm not trying to throw threats out here. What I'm saying is utilize these things because we have our meetings, we have our forums, but your staff, they're running the numbers. Like, okay, what parts of the city are residents using? What parts aren't they using so much? And the adult center is not being utilized by the public as much as we'd like it to. So please come out to these dances if you want to. I know there's a stout group of people that do a bunch of things and really use the adult center as their mecca for many things. To continue to do that, we need to support it. So tell your friends, come on out, bring your dancing shoes, come on out tomorrow night, have fun. And if you want to plan or have more events out there, reach out to the staff there. Let's make it happen. That center is for us, the Roswell community. If we don't use it, it goes away. So come use it.
Yes, and we have wonderful career opportunities there. We had 2 staff members. We're down to 1. We really need to find some people who want to work at that facility, who are passionate about coming up and creating programs targeted to adults. And when I say adults, I'm not just talking seniors. I'm talking 18 years and up.
Not children.
Not children. But definitely we want to see it be a viable option for our community. And we want to see it grow and have progress and things like that. So please, if you are interested in supporting that adult center, come out tomorrow night. 6:30.
Yeah. And I hear little groups of people or organizations, they have all these events and things, but no place to do them at and things. That's what the adult center's for. Let's utilize it. That's what it's there for. I mean, like you said, it's not, no, it's not all senior things. No, maybe you have a group of people that love playing, I don't know, like some of those Magic or whatever, like you get 20-somethings that love playing these games.
Yes.
Maybe use it to start tournaments and things for adults there to do these things. That's what it's there for, is to make these kind of activities. You know, maybe there's a group of people that love playing cards. We turn it into a card tournament or something. I mean, that's what that center's there for. So let's utilize it.
Absolutely. And we also use it to rent out the rooms there. So some people have utilized it for baby showers or
private events,
private little events. So definitely take advantage of it. If you have any questions about the adult center, please contact 575-624-6718.
Very good.
Again, come out tomorrow night.
Yeah. What time does that start again?
So doors open at 6:30, and then the dance starts at 7 p.m. So it'll be from 7 to 10 p.m.
Did they? Is it pretty broad range? A little country, little pop, little oldies.
It's classic oldies. So it'll be a variety, but it'll be oldies. Make it a date night.
Problem is, I'm at that age now. I go in there like, that song's not that old. What do you mean? I thought it was going to be oldies. And they're like, Mike, you're old. Dang.
Yes. Well, I'm sure the DJ will be taking song requests.
That song just came out like a year ago. No, it's 20 years old, Mike. Dang.
That's so funny. So funny. And then also for recreation, so we talked about adults. Now let's talk about youth.
Yeah.
Youth basketball is currently signing up for ages 5 to 8.
Nice.
Registration will close at the end of September.
Okay.
This year we're doing it a little bit different. In the past, we've had both young and old age groups combined. We are separating them this year.
Okay.
So ages 5 to 8 will begin their games starting in October.
Okay.
And then we will be doing registration for the 9 to 12-year-olds in October with games starting in December. So,
so
really
the younger ones will start October, a month later for the
older ones,
younger ones.
Yes, the older younger ones. So we're trying to keep it separate. It was a little bit of a logistical nightmare. I think the first year that they opened, and it was so many people. We don't have a ton of seating, but
a lot of cat wrangling going on.
Yes, and it's loud and it's fun.
Sure.
So if you have a child, 5 to 8 years old, they can go to RoswellConnect.com, sign up. You do have to create a login. It's a new system that the league is trying out to be a little bit more efficient.
Well, and if you're a regular utilizer of the Aquatic and Recreation Center or any of the city's recreation activities, that website should be like regularly in your thing. You sign up, get an account, get your membership there. That way, if you're wanting to buy or get your memberships to the rec center or get tickets for any event in town, zoo, whatever's going on. You instantly got it right there, bing, bang, boom. So a real easy way to do it. So if you're constantly doing it, just like bookmark it and, you make it like your regular cavalcade of places you go to when you're online. So
Absolutely.
What else we got to promote?
So we have our adult center, we have recreation. Then we're moving into October. Let's talk about Night of the Living Zoo.
Yeah.
So we're looking for businesses and sponsors who want to be out there providing a safe trick-or-treating opportunity for the community. If you're interested in supporting this event, which all of the proceeds that we raise from Night of the Living Zoo goes directly back into the zoo.
So it's all you animal lovers and fans. Make your Halloween a zoo Halloween.
Yeah. So we'll have booth space if you want to contact John Wright. He's our zoo director, 624-6700. We're looking at we want to have at least 20 booths out there. It doesn't even have to be giving candy. The city will provide candy. If you want to give out something else like maybe a soft stress ball that promotes your business, that's fine too.
Swag and things.
Things like that. So come on out. That's those are the big things. We have a bunch of other stuff coming up in fall. So museum's going to have a kickoff. They're going to be launching a new logo and a new brand for the Roswell Museum and Art Center. And then of course, we really just would love participation with our UFO Festival. So we had our kickoff meeting last night.
Yeah. So I know there lots of things they're planning and trying to make happen for the big anniversary UFO Festival here.
So in 2022, we will have one festival so that it won't be as confusing.
Gotcha.
Last night, we had our kickoff meeting. If you missed it, not to worry. You can still
There's going to be plenty more.
There's going to be plenty more.
Won't be the kickoff, but plenty of other meetings leading up to the
Plenty more.
event.
We're looking for team captains, people in our community who are passionate about helping actually plan, execute the event. So workers, rolling up your sleeves and volunteering in that kind of capacity. If you are interested in making it the best festival we've seen, we want your help.
Absolutely. This is the part that we need to take advantage of. Roswell, New Mexico is, and I was saying this with the mayor last hour, we're so unique because there's probably not many other cities on the planet of our size, roughly 50,000 people, that is internationally known.
Right.
Most towns of our size, they might be known inside the state, maybe a couple states over. That's it. Any person that lives in an industrialized country, you mention Roswell, New Mexico, like, oh, aliens, they just know.
Yeah.
And so we've instantly got that thing. Why not take advantage of that for the best of our? If we can bring in money, bring in people, bring in business, bring in all this stuff through the UFO Fest, and all that money goes to make our schools better, our parks better, our infrastructure better, all of that, our businesses, bring in more business, more things, more amenities. That's our ticket. And so let's make this festival so cool that people just like. Dude, almost the Mecca where people come, there's like certain events, and I'm not trying to get politics, but there's like certain events that people, like Burning Man, everyone's like, oh, let's go to Burning Man, I think Roswell can be one of those places where people's like, Roswell, aliens, UFO Fest, that's,
absolutely,
what we're known for. Now, granted, I know we as Roswell people are like, we're a lot more than aliens, yes, we are, but people don't know that. To get them in the door, come for the aliens, stay for our other cool stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So if you're interested, one big change, we are taking it on. We are not hiring a third-party organizer.
Okay, it's all in-house.
It's all in-house. Now, we will hire, we're not production. Oh, I say with production, but like, big stage or like, all of that kind of stuff. Of course, we're going to contract that kind of stuff
not
out.
Going small here.
That we don't have.
But you're handling it yourself.
But we are, as city staff, we have hired a special event manager.
Okay.
This will be her sole project, working on this and other stuff, but this is the priority.
Sure. And I know you guys probably lessons learned, this and
absolutely.
that, and triage and troubleshoot, but I'm guessing, based on you guys decided that decision, I'm probably thinking, sure, there is something to be said to have people that's what they do for a living here. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that you kind of take or that you lose a little bit when you have that is the local. And what I mean by that is, sure, they have great ideas on events and things, but they don't know about how important green chili but you know what I mean?
Right.
The things that we call important, they don't live it like we do.
Right.
So they don't think to add some of that into the big picture. Whereas people here doing it, it's like, no, we want the same big bells and whistles, but we ain't changing our stripes for it. We are Roswell, New Mexico. This is how we live.
Yes.
And we love to come see our culture, what we're into, and check out aliens. And so I think, am I right? Is that kind of the talks that were had under that? Is it putting? It's like, we got a great promoted event, but we lost a little of our own stamp on it. And
I think sometimes when you it's lessons learned when you have somebody who's not as familiar with your community. It's really hard to share all the amazing things
they
your
don't have
community
the passion you do.
They don't. They don't have the passion. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the experience. Them coming in, they were really wonderful to work with, and they were very talented in what they're doing.
Sure.
And I imagine we will utilize them in some capacity. But as far as organizing it, we are the locals.
You want the control of that.
We know what we know because we're here every day, living, working, all of that. And so we believe that we can share what we love with those a little bit better.
And to be honest, I think you almost want the hybrid of that for the perfection, because you want the smartest people in the room helping you with these things.
Absolutely.
And I don't care what it is you're doing.
Yep.
And let's face it, these are companies and organizations. This is what they do for a living.
Yes.
They plan events like you and I go to the store for grocery shopping. They do it all the time,
Yes.
So you want some of that experience in the room, but they don't hang out in Roswell all the time. They don't understand how, green chili, they're good. No, you don't understand. That's a life here. That's not just something tasty we put on burgers and food.
Right.
No, people live, breathe, and eat, sleep this stuff. And that's what we do. And they don't necessarily know that or understand that. And that's the part we put in the festival. And I'm just using green chili because that's something we all know. But with the aliens and things like that, that's what we are. So I think with our landmark anniversary event next year. I think playing for some cool stuff.
It's
more
to
be
come. Big.
Yeah. Big names, I'm guessing, too, that might be, obviously we can't announce anything like that yet because that's way too early. But
we don't even know that. But we're in the brainstorm section.
You know what? Forget it. Do it anyway. Who's coming? Abraham Lincoln will be there.
We had some great ideas last night. Hanna-Barbera, the Jetsons, Foo Fighters, lots of great ideas.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking for right now.
Yeah.
Like, no idea is too small right now. So.
Go big or go home, right?
Exactly.
Good deal. So, when's your next planning meeting?
September 30th, 2 p.m. at the Convention Center.
Very good. And again, if you're interested in wanting to be a part of the planning for the next year's UFO Festival, pony
Join
up.
us.
Come on in and take a seat and let's do this.
Yeah, September 30th, we will be talking about entertainment. And that doesn't mean just the concert. It's talking about all entertainment, attractions, things like that.
Everything from the main concerts and things to your side. And
what are the anchors we're going to be developing for next year's festival?
I hope, this is just my 2 cents.
Sure, yeah.
I hope bring in more of the fun, like people walking through the street. I loved that.
Yay.
Like the guys on stilts, the big robots. I mean, I think that the kids love all that stuff.
Absolutely.
But every time you see those giant things walk, you're just like, oh, something's going on over there. It's just, it just to me, that feels UFO Fest. Just seeing it. I mean, I love all the high techy, but there's something to be said about a guy in a suit that's 8 feet tall walking around in front of you.
Sure.
It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
But I'm I love it. I love that kind of stuff. So, but again, September 30th, that'll be at the Convention and Civic Center.
Yep.
What else do we need to?
I think that covers everything for right now. Yes.
Again, please utilize these resources. Again, mark these websites down, roswell-nm.gov. That's the main city's website.
Yes.
If you want to learn more about employment, if you want to learn how to pay your water bill, if you have questions about when the next city council meeting is, or you want to contact one of your city councilors, any of that kind of stuff, you'll find all that information there. Give out the website again. I never remember it right for the rec center and all that kind of stuff.
RoswellConnect.com.
Connect.com.
Yep.
I don't know why that just doesn't sink in my brain. I have to Google it. It just doesn't.
Yes.
After I say it 1,000 more times, it finally will.
Yeah.
But that is your website to go if you want to get a pass at the rec center or get tickets for an event at the zoo or the museum or just anything related. Maybe you want to inquire about something at the adult center. Go through that website. That's where you're going to do all that. And of course, I always recommend you like and follow the City of Roswell if you're an Instagram user or a Facebook user.
TikTok,
Snapchat. You guys Twitter too?
We do Twitter.
If you're utilize those social medias, like and follow the City of Roswell on there. It's a great way to stay up to date on things there. I learn more stuff when I'm scrolling in between people's upset or food pics on Facebook.
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh, there's one from the city. They got an event at the zoo tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I learn stuff like that all the time now.
Absolutely.
So stumble across them yourself just like that.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, I think that's everything for now.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
as always.
thank you.
I know you got probably a bevy of stuff sitting on the desk waiting for you to.
Committee that starts at 9.
Oh yeah, can't be late to that. So.
No.
Although the buddy ain't running until you get there, so I guess they don't have to wait for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
We'll see you next time. All right,
See you
Juanita.
soon.
All right, it is 8:46. Let's go ahead and pause for local news. We'll do weather update and business update as well. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The old Roswell Municipal Airport property is being cleared for future development. In a prepared statement, the City of Roswell says it worked through the process over the past 2 years to show the FAA it had fulfilled its financial obligations linked to past federal grants awarded to the former airport. While specific plans for use of the property have not yet been fully formulated, an important step was recently achieved that freed up the city-owned land for future development. The Pecos River Blitz is scheduled for Saturday, September 25th from 7 to 11 a.m., where volunteers will gather to clean up the river. Volunteers are asked to gather at the Riverwalk Recreation Center at 400 Riverwalk Drive in Carlsbad. Also, a cleanup will be held within the Lincoln National Forest Smoky Bear Ranger District. On Friday and Saturday, the 24th and 25th, volunteers will restore streams in the forest by building one rock dams and beaver analog dams in Big Bonito Creek. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air for an isolated shower or thunderstorm by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny. Low to mid-90s on our afternoon high, and it could be a little bit breezy late in the day. Overnight looks clear, down to about 60, and then a pretty hot day coming up tomorrow with mid to upper 90s and sunshine. Looks like sunny and 90s for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. DoorDash is suing New York City over a new law that requires delivery companies to share customer data with restaurants. The lawsuit filed Wednesday is the latest in a string of legal tussles between delivery companies and local governments. A leading fire litigation firm has filed 2 lawsuits on behalf of nearly 200 plaintiffs alleging Pacific Gas and Electric caused the Dixie Fire, a massive disaster that has quickly become the second largest wildfire in California history. The complaints allege that the Dixie Fire was sparked on July 13, 2021, following several blown fuses and PG&E equipment malfunctions. On Wall Street, the Dow up 236 points to 34,814. The Nasdaq up 123 to 15,161. And the S&P 500 ahead 37 points to 4,480. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
A story was told of a new lawyer that moved to town. This new lawyer had a new office with no clients to start his new practice in the new town. One afternoon, as the very first person walked into his office, the lawyer immediately picked up the phone and said, I'm flying to New York on the Timmons case. It looks like a biggie. And ring Paul from New Jersey on the Pettis case. Also, I may join Hooch, Smith, and Patton as a partner. Gotta go. Someone just walked in. As he hung up the phone, he said, Now, how may I help you? The man replied, I'm here to hook up the phone. Oh, how we're always trying to impress people. Sometimes we even try to impress God. You know what? You don't even have to impress God. He wants you to be His child, and He will do great things through you. No impressing necessary.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
When you get home this evening, take a look at your furniture. If you're like most people, you never intended to keep it this long. But there it is, the same old furniture. So hurry to Glenn's Furniture and give your home a brand new look. Right now at Glenn's, everything in the store is specially priced, including stylish power reclining sofas and love seats, smart and practical dinettes and dining tables, and the latest sleep technology for your bedroom. Delivery is always free at Glenn's Furniture at Union and Alameda, helping people change for the better since 1953.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and they offer answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Call 623-5344, serving all of southeastern New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service also allows me to be there for my community in ways others can't. I help my hometown recover after nature strikes. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country and those I care about safe from threats. I also work with a network of professionals that help me succeed. Also, the Army National Guard's education benefits make getting a higher education a reality. Being an Army National Guard soldier makes living and serving in my community more rewarding every day. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:52. Stay tuned next hour. About 9:15 or so, we're going to have Crystal Noble join us with the Roswell Humane Society, and we'll chit-chat with her and get an update on pets available for adoption and all that good stuff. So we'll talk that next hour. I saw yesterday or last night, the SpaceX group launched yesterday. Last night, they've got, is it 5? I don't remember the number. It's something like 4 or 5 of them. And I think they're all civilians. They weren't, actual people that went to become astronauts. They're all experts in other fields, and now they're going as it's like a all civilian crew. I think. I imagine there's got to be some kind of astronaut pilots or something, right? They just here's the ship, have fun. I don't think they did that, did they? But anyway, they got a bunch of civilians, and they're gonna orbit the Earth for 3 or 4 days, and this is marking probably the real space tourism industry. I know it's blowing up here with the SpaceX stuff and the Virgin Galactic stuff and the Jeff Bezos stuff and all that. But I got to be honest, I think I personally, if any of those have a chance of actually making this a real practical, viable thing, I got to lean towards the SpaceX because they're the ones that are actually partnering with NASA and working hand in hand, whereas Virgin Galactic and Bezos, they may have had some back and forth with NASA and all that, but that's a lot more on their own stuff. And to be honest, I think also too, if you notice, and I'm a guy. I've always had a fascination for space, Apollo, and I loved reading and watching things on the Mercury program, the Gemini program, Apollo, and that whole thing. So I've always been a fan of that. When I was a kid, growing up, I watched all the movies that they're like the popular space movies. Every time when those were released in theaters or anything, like when HBO did their big From the Earth to the Moon series that Tom Hanks and Spielberg did. That's pretty good if you've never checked it out. And it pretty much follows the Apollo program, but that's excellent as well. So I've always been into this kind of stuff. So I'm kind of, when I look at what they're doing now, I got a feeling like SpaceX there's less, just like it's a smoother operation. Like if you look at Virgin Galactic and you even look at Bezos, yeah, it worked. It's great, but they're working a little different. They're doing a little more trial and error, a little more, whereas they're pushing envelopes, trying to achieve things where I think SpaceX is they're saying, all right, we're going to innovate and create, but we're also going to use the tried and true things that we know work for space travel that NASA has already learned because they've been doing this since the 50s. So, maybe we should use some of that. And so that's why me personally, I kind of feel like the SpaceX version of these three is probably the one that's going to be the VHS or the the Blu-ray of space travel. Younger people have no idea what I'm talking about. A few other people, they back in the day when we all had VCRs, you had a choice between a Betamax or a VHS, and there was the battle. But VHS ended up winning the day, and now Betamax is just a Jeopardy question. Answer to a Jeopardy question, pretty much. So, and same thing, in Blu-ray and HD DVD and all that. And I don't even know if can you even get an HD DVD anymore? Or is this just all Blu-ray? But anyway, I feel like SpaceX is going to be that, and the Virgin Galactic and all that will be the ones that kind of. And I could be wrong. I mean, I think the Virgin Galactic one, that the way they do that launch, it's unique, but it's old technology. Like they're doing the thing where they're putting you on a 747 and piggybacking you into space, and then this thing gets dropped and bye-bye now. Which is kind of, when they test the space shuttle and things like that, I guess it's one way to work. I don't know. And I don't know how cost efficient and then the rockets, but like SpaceX, they're doing the rocket thing, and they've actually gone to the point now where the rocket boosters and all that stuff come back. They don't just land in the ocean and be gone forever. They come back and they reuse them, and the rockets can come back and land on. I mean, that's the next generation of what NASA's been doing. Where like Virgin Galactic's trying to take something they used to do and trying to go that way. And I don't know, Bezos. I don't know. To me, that looks like I feel like that's something that, I know the joke most people are making. I've seen that joke on Facebook, and I'm not going to disagree with you, but. To me, that thing reminds me of like Tomorrowland at Disney. Like, come ride the trip to Mars, and then you get in a little room, it shakes and all that. I feel like that was the inspiration for the Jeff Bezos rocket. Tomorrowland at Disney World. I feel like that's what it was. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of hope there either, and all of that, but. I think the SpaceX one's the one that's going to make it. So I'm curious to see. And if I remember reading about a month ago when they were talking about this SpaceX launch set for September, that Netflix was going to carry a whole thing about it. And I need to get on Netflix and look, because if I remember right, there was supposed to be something on that was leading up to it, and like the documentary found the people, and then. Part of the documentary's filmed like right now while they're up in space and their experiences in space, and they're supposed to put it almost in real time on Netflix. I remember reading that article. I need to follow up and find out if that's actually happening or they put the kibosh on that because I need to go check. I don't remember seeing anything on Netflix. It's been a couple days since I've been on there, but last time I was on there, I don't remember seeing anything about SpaceX and all that on there. So I'll do some digging and find out. I hope they did do that because nerds like me would like that. All right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and pause for some town hall news. We're going to have Crystal Noble from the Roswell Humane Society join us here in about 9 o'clock or so, 9:15 or so, and we'll chit-chat about what's happening at the Humane Society. Don't go away. We'll be back. Town hall news up next.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The White House is voicing confidence in the president's top military advisor after reports of 2 clandestine calls he reportedly made to his Chinese counterpart.
The soon-to-be-published book, Peril, says General Mark Milley assured China that the U.S. would not attack during Donald Trump's final weeks in office. President Biden says he has great confidence in Milley, echoing the comments of Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
The president has complete confidence in his leadership, his patriotism, and his fidelity to our Constitution.
Milley defends the phone calls as an effort to avoid misunderstandings and conflict. Greg Clugston, the White House.
And Congressman Mike Gallagher calling for a congressional investigation of the allegations against Milley.
Well, if it's true, it's one of the more serious allegations that I've heard regarding the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the chain of command in modern history.
The Wisconsin Republican speaking with the Salem Radio Network's Hugh Hewitt. Mixed bag of economic news this morning. On the plus side, more Americans went shopping last month. Retail sales rose a surprisingly strong 0.7%. That was far better than the negative reading economists had been expecting. But last week's jobs report not as bright. 332,000 Americans applied for unemployment, an increase of 20,000 from the week before. Virginia Oliver not applying for unemployment. At 101 years young, Virginia has no intention of quitting her job, harvesting lobsters off the rocky coast of Maine.
Well, I've always done it, so now I might just want to keep right on doing it.
She's been doing it for 93 years now, getting some help these days from her son Max. He's just a youngster. He's 78. Wall Street, the Dow down 234 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
One listener that stands out that I worked with was this older couple that was interested in refinancing. They reached out to a few different lenders. Their credit wasn't the best. I know some of these other bigger banks, you just won't hear back from them, which I cannot stand. Not everybody has the 780 credit scores, and just because you don't qualify at one time doesn't mean that you'll never qualify. I'll walk you through what you have to do, whether it's 2, 3, 6 months from now. Back to that older couple, we worked with them for months and months to improve their credit, and we were able to get the loan done. We were saving them hundreds each month, thousands of dollars a year, finally got themselves into a situation financially that they can handle, and they could start saving money each month for retirement. End of the day, they just could not be happier, which just put a huge smile on my face.
We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
When the new Afghan government cut itself off from the international banking system, it made life a whole lot more difficult for aid groups both inside and outside the country.
Among the groups struggling to function is a public health non-profit that paid salaries and purchased food and fuel for hospitals. The $600 million in funds, which had been funneled through the Afghan Health Ministry, had dried up overnight after the Taliban took over the capital. Donor countries have pledged to open their purse strings to the tune of $1.2 billion in humanitarian aid. But attempts by Western governments and international finance institutions to deprive the Taliban-controlled government of other funding sources until its intentions are clearer has Afghan's most vulnerable citizens hurting. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Powerful earthquake has destroyed homes, killed at least 3 people, injured dozens today in southwest China. Townhall.com. Partiers in L.A. better be prepared to show their papers.
Public officials in Los Angeles County will begin requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccinations for patrons and workers at indoor bars, wineries, breweries, and nightclubs starting October 7th. The initiative requires proof of at least one vaccine dose by that date and full vaccination by November 4th. Indoor restaurants were not covered, although officials strongly recommend the same precautions. Los Angeles faced a massive coronavirus surge during the holiday season last year, and the new restrictions are designed to keep the same thing from happening this time around. Meanwhile, about 2,600 Los Angeles Police Department employees are citing religious objections to try to get out of their COVID-19 vaccine requirement. I'm Jennifer King.
Irish airline Ryanair planning to create 5,000 jobs in the coming 5 years, part of its recovery from the shock of the pandemic. Wall Street, the S&P is down 31 points. The NASDAQ is off 91. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. Oh, I wish you were in my head. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to the end of the week, almost.
Mm-hmm. The penultimate day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That thing he says every time.
It was on my Word of Day toilet paper one time, so I was like, oh, remember that one.
That was a good time in the bathroom. I remember it well. Everything.
Ooh, penultimate.
Smooth as butter.
Nice.
But,
it was right before Quixotic.
But happy Thursday.
Yes.
Hope you're having a good one. Hope it's not too crazy for you yet. I know it's kind of hard to say in the world we live in, but you know,
dude,
I got a football game tonight to watch.
Yeah.
We
got that cleared up your weekend.
Yeah,
you get to go and watch the football team lose, and you know have a nice weekend.
And my wife's happy. Well, I wouldn't say she's happy, but she's got parent-teacher conferences tonight.
I was just gonna say.
So no disputing. I'm there in front of me and the TV. It's all mine.
I literally just found out a few minutes ago that there wasn't school tomorrow.
Yes, because of the parent-teacher conferences.
Yeah, parent-teacher conferences.
Yes, no.
Which they're all doing them via phone and Zoom, by the way.
Elementary only.
At Del Norte, they are.
Middle school and high school, it's in person.
Is it? Okay.
Because here's the reason: elementary school, you generally have one teacher.
That makes sense.
So they see them on Zoom. Middle school, high school, they got like 7.
Yep.
So that's in person.
Yeah, it's more open house at that point.
Yeah. Obviously, they've got social distancing and everything. But by the way, if you are an elementary parent and you've not had arrangements made for your Zoom meetings with your teachers, please call your schools and your teachers and have that done. They
get on it, doggone it.
That all should be arranged and everything else. So if you don't have one, someone didn't get a hold of you. So go ahead and get that done and taken care of.
Oh, and kids, enjoy another 3-day weekend.
Well, depending on how that parent
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. It could be a real long weekend. It's one of those. Hey, bailiffs or sheriff's not going to be back till Monday. You're going to have to sit in the cell all weekend.
Yeah. So, of course, I don't know. We live in a different world, Sean.
We do.
What they did to us as kids, I don't think they let them do that anymore.
Although, never let it be said that those punishments were not memorable.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm not against them. I'm just saying they don't let you do them anymore.
In the 6th grade, I will never forget this as long as I live. I got 4 Fs on a report card.
Yeah?
My dad took a sandal, and not like one of those like flip-flops, but not like a chancla.
Oh, yeah,
but
the beatings, they don't let you do that.
But like a Birkenstock sandal. One of those ones with like the click-clack, fastener on the side. One of them thick-soled son of guns.
Yeah.
And one wallop on the keister for every F I got.
Wow.
And I'm 37, and I never forgot that.
Yeah.
Saying, never did pull that off on my report card ever again. I'm not saying they should have done it, just saying it was effective.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
And Sean is available for spanking.
Not saying I'm gonna do Not saying it maybe didn't set up a fetish later on in life.
Not saying I liked it.
Not saying I didn't bite my bottom lip and go, huh? But it was effective. Toe in line. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
All right.
You extrapolate from that what you want to extrapolate from that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was. I only got spanked with something other than my father's hand.
Really?
Once.
Really?
Now that was from my father.
I was gonna say my mom was like a hobbyist at it.
My grandmother, she wielded a plastic black belt like Conan. My mother, she was not in charge of the discipline for good reason. One time, she got so mad that she chased my brother around with one of those big giant wooden spoons you hang on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With the holes in it for wind resistance.
Yeah. She couldn't.
Well, my mom broke the spoon and the fork over my tush.
My mom had a whole drawer of stuff that she would like just keep behind for spanking purposes.
Yeah. My grandma had a weeping willow. She'd make us pick switches.
Oh, cut your own switch?
Yeah. And then she'd use the metal part of the fly swatter.
Ooh, the metal part.
She'd turn it around and she'd hold the fly swap part.
Snap.
Y'all had some diabolical parents. Mine just whacked me in the hand.
Mine used the fly swatter, but the fly swatter part. Which you know what the worst part of that for me was? I was like on my wounds, on my wounded keister, I'm getting fly guts.
My grandma had a fly swatter for flies and a fly swatter for the grandkids.
Nice.
I feel like that should be an old Western movie. Wounded keister.
Wounded keister. my battle on wounded keister.
Over wounded keister? I'm afraid I'm never over wounded keister. On that note, it's 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. I can't top it. Here's the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air for an isolated shower or thunderstorm by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny. Low to mid-90s on our afternoon high, and it could be a little bit breezy late in the day. Overnight looks clear, down to about 60, and then a pretty hot day coming up tomorrow with mid to upper 90s and sunshine. Looks like sunny and 90s for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 73 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 53%. Winds currently out of the south. It says at 13 miles per hour. I see some tree movement. I don't know about 13 miles per hour worth of tree movement, but some tree movement out there. For today, expect sunny skies, a high of 93, so not as bad as it's going to be later this week. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low of 61 with south winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow, it's going to be hot. Sunny, hot, 97, the expected high for your September 17th. Shouldn't do that. It's not right. I know we're in New Mexico, but still ain't right. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 63. North winds at around 10. Then looking at the weekend, sunny and 95 for you Saturday. North winds 5 to 10. Mostly clear Saturday night with an overnight low of 64. And then on Saturday or Sunday, sunny skies, a high of 95. So, and then if you're looking for cooler weather, I think your time of pleasure will be Tuesday. Because they're calling 96 for a high on Monday, but only a high of 88 on Tuesday, and Wednesday a high of 84. So that feels more normal to me in this time of year. But we'll see how all that shapes up. All right, 9:13, and if you have not been by Zia Guns USA here in Roswell recently, you need to go on by because not only are they buying guns, they're buying them. They've got cash on hand in the store. So if you've got a single gun you'd like to sell, a gun collection, maybe an estate sale, something like that, they are buying the guns. They'll make an offer on the cash. You walk out the store, today with that cold, hard cash. If you're looking to buy firearms, obviously they've got you covered. But they've got some new stuff in, too, including Zia Guns USA is now a full-line Tacticam dealer. So if you watch all those hunting shows, those are the same cams that they use on those shows worldwide. So they got them here at Zia Guns USA. They've got a new shipment of knives in, bench and case knives available for sale. And, of course, if you're a coffee drinker, did you know that you could go to Zia Guns USA and get the entire line of Black Rifle coffee is available right there. So when you're stocking up on ammo or firearms and need to get some coffee, voila, they got you covered too. And fellas, they are also the only authorized Dr. Squatch retailer in the region. So if you've been seeing the Dr. Squatch soap products online, usually I see them on Facebook. Most recently, their Star Wars edition is what they've been promoting. But if you always want to see, it's like, I wonder what that stuff smells like. And you can go right to Zia Guns right now and take care of that for you. Stop on by locally owned Zia Guns USA at 1907 North Main Street, right here in Roswell. The only gun store to be open on Sundays. But they are closed on Saturdays because they spend Saturdays with family, and they recommend you do too. Stop on by 1907 North Main here in Roswell. All right, 9:15. We're going to take a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then on the other side, Crystal Noble from the Roswell Humane Society will join us in official capacity. I know we've been shooting the breeze, but we'll talk about pets and stuff on the other side, not just my wounded keister. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Talk about local color. Your trees are supposed to be green, not yellow. Hello, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. While we've been talking about our colorful geraniums, I've been noticing a lot of yellow trees around town, particularly those globe willows. It may come as a shock to you, but those trees are supposed to be green. If you have yellow trees, come see us at Roswell Seed Company. We have a fix that's fast and easy and doesn't cost very much. Remember, it's okay to have yellow flowers, but not yellow trees.
Score a jackpot of a great deal during the Instant Savings Vehicle event at Roswell Nissan. All in-stock vehicles have been marked down during this massive event, so odds are you'll save big. Get a 2011 Nissan Rogue, a 2013 Hyundai Veloster, a 2015 Nissan Altima, and more for only $149 a month. Or a brand new 2021 Nissan Titan 4x4 Crew Cab for under $40,000. Get a free 12-pack and spin the wheel just for stopping by. And while you're there, enter to win a multi-game table. Play to win this month at Roswell Nissan. 2111 West 2nd.
Teachers are the heartbeat of a classroom and often use their own funds to bring supplies and resources to their students. Kinetic by Windstream is kicking off the 2021 school year by showing appreciation to teachers across the country with a chance to win a $1,000 classroom supply grant. Nominate your favorite teacher for a chance to win by visiting GoKinetic.com and going to the Community tab, or stop by a Kinetic retail store near you now through September 30th to place your nomination.
There's never a bad time to break out a bag of La Poblanita Party Tostadas at home, the office, in the club, wherever. Parties happen with La Poblanita Party Tostadas, the perfect crunch, seasoned just right and ready to get the party started. It's the dippable chip that bites back, the chips that make bland salsas better. Grab a bag of La Poblanita Party Tostadas at your local grocery store across all of southeastern New Mexico and take the party up a notch with La Poblanita Party Tostadas. They're all that and a bag of chips.
Roswell Skin Center, a brand new state-of-the-art facility located in the 400 Penn Plaza building here in Roswell, is now accepting new patients. Dr. Brandon Cometti and his team offer a full range of skin care services, including general dermatology, surgical and cosmetic procedures, including cutting-edge laser rejuvenation, Botox, filler, laser hair removal, chemical peels, and other non-invasive options to improve skin health and turn back the hands of time. Call and schedule your appointment at Roswell Skin Center today, 208-2509. That's 208-2509.
This Saturday, stop by and celebrate Big O Tires of Carlsbad location's 1-year anniversary from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Free barbecue, bounce house for the kiddos, and big savings, including $50 off sets of 4 in-stock Big O brand tires, discounts on oil changes, alignments, wiper blades, and great financing options available. Plus, up to $150 in tire rebates on brands like Goodyear, Bridgestone, Hankook, and General Tires. Come celebrate with Big O Tires at 4212 National Parks Highway in Carlsbad this Saturday, September 18th. Installation charges extra. Eligibility may vary. Disposal and local tire fees extra. Up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price. Not to exceed $35. Where permitted. See store and rebate forms for details. Expires 9/30/21.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I am good.
Well, right out the gate, before we talk about pets available for adoption things, if you or someone you know is looking for a job, it's a minimum wage job, but you get to work with animals all day, which is great.
Other benefits.
There is lots of benefits. I mean, it's,
you work with the animals. If you stay with us for a year, you get a week's vacation.
Yeah.
You get sick time. You get the benefits of, being able to help maintain an animal's life that's not in a good situation.
Sure. How many hours a week are you looking for?
It is 40 hours a week.
So a full-time position.
It is full-time.
It is minimum wage, but like you said, you get to spend the day. Now, granted, you're going to be cleaning up poop and, doing, just taking care of the welfare of animals. And just like humans, they do all the same gross things that we do. And it's got to be cleaned up.
The only thing that they can't do is pick their nose with their fingers.
That's right.
They use their tongue.
That's right. Then they give you a big kiss. Yep. But if you're an animal lover, in all seriousness, I mean, and you're looking for a 40-hour job here, this is a great op. Now, granted, you're going to have be able to do some physical lifting and things because you're going to be cleaning and may have to lift some things that are a little heavy from time to time.
You do have to be able to lift at least 50 pounds because, the bags of dog food are 55 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have, work restrictions to where you can't lift, depending on what they are, that's something we can work
around and maybe have you work on some of the other cleaning side. We're not requiring some of the heavier.
Yeah, like if, you can't lift the 50-pound bags or something like that, we can have somebody help you, obviously, because when I was pregnant, they helped me. So
yeah.
We understand.
We'll figure that out. That'll happen. But changing litter and all that stuff.
We do want to make sure that, you're not allergic to cat or dogs when you come and apply.
That would be a problem because you're going to, I don't care how good they clean, it's still going to smell like dog and cat in there because that's what's in there 24/7.
Right, and the hair, the dander, if you have allergies to them and you still love them, unless it's a mild allergy, then that's something, because I have allergies to cats and dogs, and I'm able to maintain it.
You can take your Claritins or whatever you need to make it work.
I keep cortisone cream on hand, like 10 tubes. But, and after you've been with us a year, we do, hopefully we'll go back to getting raises, if everything gets back to normal soon.
Sure.
But we do work weekends, it's a rotating schedule.
Yeah.
You have some Saturdays and Sundays off. You work some holidays, depending on if it's your day off or not.
Sure.
But we do work all major holidays, but it's not a full day. We go in, we take care of the animals, we clean, we
they're
feed.
living things. They need to be taken care of, whether it's Christmas or not. So.
And then, we go home after that. Mm-hmm. And if Christmas falls on a Sunday, because we all work together, we all normally go in and help whoever's working Sunday, that way they can be able to enjoy the time with their family as well.
But if you're a pet lover and love doing this stuff, it's a labor of love. I think, like we're talking about, you got clean poop and all this stuff. But if you're a pet lover, that's just stuff you do anyway, right? And so really we're just saying, hey, we've got a bunch of animals that need some love here, and we're willing to pay you $10, $15 an hour, whatever minimum wage is right now, until 40 hours a week. So it's a steady, full 40-hour job. And it's a foot in the door, too. And I would say if you... I know for a fact at some point Crystal's not going to want to do this anymore, and they're going to need people to take over at some point. And maybe this is where you can help and get farther in and work your way up, so to speak, into some of the more important roles and stuff as part of the Humane Society.
Yeah, and we're basically like a small family there. You know, there's only 6 of us, so the 7th person would be whoever applied and got hired.
Sure.
But, we're real close. 2 of my employees are mother and daughter. So,
very family friendly.
We're very family orientated. Yeah. We're not a big, huge corporation or organization,
Just a bunch of pet lovers that want to look after pets.
We're small town folk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's just it. It's not like a big stiff working. It's you coming in and here's and then you have relationships with the pets, and you probably most of the day when y'all are shift changing or doing things like that, most of it's like, how is so and so doing? How's been keeping an eye on the Scruffy over there. How's Scruffy doing? Whatever it is.
And it's funny because even on my days off, like, of course, I'm the manager, so everybody has to tell me what's going on.
Right.
But, like, if there's an animal that is a little bit more in need of something, whoever's working, they'll text me and give me updates. Like,
Gotcha.
hey, so-and-so is doing okay.
They're in
or
quarantine for something or
so-and-so
sickness or something. Yeah.
did this. What do you think we should do? But you have more of a communication with not only the animals, but with the other workers.
Yeah.
We communicate, we orientate, to take care of the animals.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a job that makes a difference, this is it. I mean, it's not a secret. We have a pet overpopulation problem here in Roswell. We have a lot of, we could sit here and point fingers and all this stuff. It's just over the years of the way people have handled their pets and things, it's created a problem here in Roswell. And unfortunately, there's only one way to fix that. And it's spay and neutering, being on top, making sure these pets find homes, doing what we need to do to adopt them out and get them. Why do you think, I know you guys and other organizations constantly have trips where people are coming and then adopting pets and taking them off to Colorado or other places where they have a demand for pets but no pets, where we have pets and no demand. It's kind of
right.
It's one of those things. So
we're a little backwards here.
Yeah, exactly. We're the supplier.
What you need, I got you.
But so if you love doing that and really say, hey, this is a way I can be an active participant in helping make things better in our community, your job at the Humane Society is one of those jobs, and we would love to have you do that. So, and if you're a pet lover, it really is a fun job. Yeah, okay, you're cleaning poop up, but it's fun. It's the dog. It's not. You know what I mean? It's you're having fun with the dogs, and the dogs are. It's not. It doesn't seem like it work. It seems like you're just taking care of pets.
And there are some days that, they're hard to deal with, but that's in every job, Not every job is a breeze 24/7.
They are living things, and they have good days and bad days just like you do. And if they're not feeling up for it, they might be a little cranky like you are cranky when you're not feeling good and things like that.
They don't get the cup of coffee in the morning like we do, so keep in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it. So please, I know, but I wanted to start right out the gate there. If you know someone or you yourself are looking for work here, you can handle a little heavy lifting. Like I said, it's minimum wage, but it's 40 hours a week. It's steady, and like I said, as times get better, rises and stuff. But and I would say if you're a college student going, maybe you're wanting to be a veterinarian or something like that, working, doing this while you're going to school
will help you.
Absolutely. You're going to learn. I mean, even I would imagine it's going to be great for the bedside manner of veterinary stuff. You know what I mean? Understanding personalities of pets and things like that.
Yeah, because, in a shelter, you see them at their worst. You don't see them at their best.
Yeah.
And at vets' offices, they see them at their worst.
Yeah. So you're kind of getting some real world experience before, you're actually doing the things a veterinarian does. So anyway, please come, and I guess apply in person would be the best way to do that.
We don't have an online application,
okay.
So we just ask that you bring a resume, and we have a paper application, and come and pick one up.
Yeah, and if you have any questions or anything before you drop by, don't hesitate to call. Say, I heard you're hiring. I have a couple questions, and they'll be happy to answer those for you. So now let's talk about adoption. How's this actual the inventory at the shelter? Is it full at capacity?
We are.
Okay.
Cats and dogs.
So the good news is, if you're looking to adopt, selection is very good.
It is. We have a variety of small dogs, medium dogs, large dogs. We don't have very many puppies right now. The puppies we do have are pit mixes, and they're going on 4.5 months old now.
Okay. So they're getting some size now.
Yeah.
So they're great pets. If you, it's.
And we're not sure what they're mixed with. Some of them look like labs. Some look like pit. Some look like boxer.
Yeah, that's what, like my sissy. She was mostly black lab, but she had pit mixed. Like she looked more black lab, but she had like a shorter nose, like a pit. But the rest, and then she had some white markings that were pit in her hair, but the rest was lab.
And they're very loyal and sweet family dogs. Yeah. They're the biggest goober.
Absolutely, they're most pits that I've met that were like the family dog are. They all think they're lap dogs, even though they weigh 100 pounds. Uh-huh. But they all think they're lap dogs, and they can't wait to touch you and love you and be right up there and everything else. But at the same time, they're devoutly loyal too. And if you're looking for someone that wants to be a part of your family, because I know people are like, I want to get a dog for security and all that, and you think pit, and of course people have their connotations when they hear the word pit bull and all that. But like any other dog, it's or any other human being, you're going to act on how you were raised and how you were, in the environment. If that pit bull is raised in the same loving family that Labrador is, or that poodle is, or whatever dog it is, that dog will act and treat others the exact same way that lab or poodle will.
And when you make an animal part of your family, mm-hmm. that gives them the natural instinct to be a protector.
Absolutely.
To be an alert, like, hey, there's something going on outside that's not supposed to be.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for that side, it will come naturally. You don't need to own a dog for that purpose alone. Own the dog because you want to make it part of your family. One of the perks of that was that dog will also be a resource of protection for your family.
Yes.
That's a perk, not a reason to get a dog.
Yeah. No.
That is one of the advantages of having the dog. But if you're not willing to put in the time to love the dog and take care of the dog and make it a part of your family, then you're not going to have a good watchdog either, to be honest.
No.
They're not going to be as desiring to want that. But if you treat them like family and I'm not saying don't instill discipline. Discipline's very important in that. That's training your dog to teach him to sit and stay and all that is very important and much easier to do than when you're trying to groom it for those kind of things. It's kind of you're not if you're trying to do like canine police dog training with your dog in the hopes of getting that's not a way to have the family dog. Those dogs are built for those reasons and support for those reasons.
They're working dogs.
And to be honest, when they're done from that, they almost have to kind of train them back a little bit into being family dogs. And usually that's why so many times whoever handles the dog ends up being the dog's owner, because that transition will go a lot better where you got to mentally get the dog, all right, you're not working anymore, you're just getting the hang here. And that's a process. But again, so if you're looking for a guard dog, you're not going to get that humane side. You're getting a dog that's your family dog that, if you do it right, will do guard dog things because it wants to.
Right, because it's going to naturally want to be around the family and protect the family.
Yeah.
And
I know I got all convoluted on there, but that's what I was saying.
It's okay. But if you're looking for a cat or a dog, we are fully stocked.
Excellent. Of course, I do want to remind folks, October is almost here.
Yes.
The Humane Society, as they do every year during the month of October, during the Halloween time, they make black and white cats not available for adoption. All black and all white cats. Yeah. A black and white cat is fine. Yes. An all black or all white cat, they're going to stay in the shelter for the next month. And warning to all you black and white cat owners out there.
Keep them inside.
Keep them indoors. Even like in my neighborhood, I know there's a couple of feral cats, and some of our neighbors have gotten them spayed and put like collars on them and feed them and things and treat them kind of like pet cats, but they live outdoors and they're fine. But there's a couple all black and all white ones. If you're one of those folks that do that kind of thing, keep an eye, because unfortunately, hopefully nothing happens, and more likely you're probably good, but there's just a group of sycophants that do things to these pets, and Halloween just brings it all out. And so to do our part to try to protect it as much as we can, that's why it's not happening that way. So please understand. Now, if you fall in love with an all black cat or all white cat, they're online. Keep checking in, yes. and then here in November, or if you adopt here before the first of the month, I guess.
All the way up until November 1st. The adoptions stop November 1st and then resume on November 6th.
Yeah, so then you can
October 1st to November 6th.
November 6th. So November 7th, I don't know what day of the week it is, but then you can. So keep calling, checking on the kitty, and then that when the window's open, come on down and make them part of your home.
So the first is a Friday, ironically, first Friday.
All right.
And then November 6th is a Saturday, so adoptions will resume on November 9th.
That Wednesday.
Tuesday.
I'm sorry. Very good. Excellent. Speaking of, but right now, like you said, plenty of pets, dogs, cats, little dogs, medium dogs, big dogs, cats, mostly not puppies, young dogs, but not
We
not
don't
really many
have
puppies.
like any puppies right now.
You probably
the ones
got-
we do have are about 4-ish months old.
Last time I checked, you had a couple litters, so you probably got quite a few kittens, don't you?
We do.
Okay, so if you're looking for young cats, you got them.
Yep.
Adult cat. Don't forget the adult cats. Some people sleep on them too, but they really need homes, and they're.
We have a senior cat. She was actually originally adopted from us 11 years ago.
Oh wow.
And
And the owner had to surrender because.
the owner had to
leave
surrender
or go
because she
to-
was going into a facility where she couldn't take her. And, she still acts like she's a young spring chicken. She's happy. She's friendly. She is 11 and a half, almost 12 now.
So she's probably got another 8-10 years.
Yeah.
Of realistically of life left.
She's
in
a
her.
Maine
Yeah.
Coon mix, so
Yeah.
she's big and fluffy.
Okay. So again, and so this was basically another older person had this cat. So this might be another or a good candidate for someone that's looking for some companionship that lives alone or something like that. This cat might serve that role very well for someone that's looking for a companion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And cats are, if you're like, we always talk about getting pets for seniors and all that. Trust me, I always would lean heavier on cat because they're less maintenance. You don't have to walk cats and things. As long as you have an owner that can feed and water and clean the litter box, that's pretty much
And
the
they
only
even
requirements.
have automatic litter boxes
Yeah.
now, so that helps out too.
Yeah, you just got to find a cat that's agreeable to those. Not all of them are.
Well, and the cool thing is they have like a variety of them now.
Yeah. All I
as to
know is
where
we-
it's not the big old circle drum one.
Yeah. All
You
I know
know.
is my mom. That was a Freudian slip. My wife spent $200 on one of those, and basically they looked at it like, "Are you crazy? I'm not going in that thing." And it had highfalutin, fancy litter. It was just a nightmare. But they, some people love them. You got to get a cat that's agreeable to them. But,
Yes.
But anyway, that would be a good cat. Sounds like that one there. So, what about the thrift store
The thrift
side?
store. So today, all hanging wall decor like picture frames, photos, or
Like mirrors and
mirrors,
stuff?
anything that's wall decor is
Mhm.
50% off today.
Nice. So if your wall's looking a little bare or not looking bare and just want to add some stuff to it, save some. And here's the thing. Every time you go to the thrift store, you're saving money because it's pennies on the dollar anyway. It's people, and there's great stuff. Small appliances, clothing, a lot of it. Some of it's brand new or almost brand new. So if don't pay the new sticker shock, go in there. Probably some of this wall art. I mean, that's timeless, that stuff. So
And we get a lot of paintings donated that are like from famous people, high value.
If you went to a gallery, you're probably paying hundreds of dollars for it, and you just bought it for $20 at the
Right.
thrift store. Yeah.
And then also today, with it being Thursday, is 20% off for all seniors, 62 years and older.
Nice. So get a little discount there
Mm-hmm.
as well. And then, of course, you guys have your vet days and all that. Give give that schedule out to folks.
We have Thursdays is senior days. Fridays is veterans and active duty. And that's 20% off the entire purchase
Oh, cool.
for seniors and veterans.
All right.
And
so
then
the more you buy,
on-
the more you save.
And on Saturday is whiteboard sale day.
Okay.
So when you first walk in on the left-hand side of the wall, there's a big dry erase whiteboard.
Gotcha. Specials board, so to
So
speak.
whatever sale of the day they're going to have, whether it be half off the back room, half off clothing, it's all written on that board.
Good
and that's
deal.
every Saturday.
Excellent. And by the way, there's certain, like if you're a reader, a book reader, you usually guys have a great selection of books.
We do. Our book room is, it's not very large, but it's like a mini library.
Yeah. So if
The
you're,
lady who does the book room for us, she categorizes that you got fiction, nonfiction, history, romance.
kind of by interest.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they have a kids section that's all just kids books. They
Good.
have a teacher section, a craft section, a cooking section.
I think if I was a parent, I would just go into one of these, and had a kid that's of that age where they're starting to want to read and learn and all that. I think I'd literally just go to the thrift store, buy all the kids' books, which you could probably buy every one of them for $30-$40, and you probably have a big library full of right there, an instant library for your child to start reading. Right
And
there.
a lot of the times, the lady who does the book room, she'll get like gallon-sized baggies.
Mm-hmm.
And then, kids' books, they're real thin and stuff.
Yeah.
So she'll fill that entire gallon baggie, zip it shut, and there's probably 30-40 books in there for $1.
Right, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And that's the whole library right there, and that's a buck. Yeah, that's a great resource. And when you're done looking over there, go over to Books Again and help them out too if you're looking for books. That's they and all the books and sales there goes to help the library in their program. So you're helping out both places. So good thing.
And speaking of Halloween, you know, it's not right around the corner, but it's around the corner.
We're just a hair over a month away.
The thrift store has their costumes out. All costumes are $2.
Nice. So again, something that your child or yourself will wear once, maybe twice in life. Don't spend brand new money on it. Go down there, get you. Do you guys have like all the little pumpkins and all the decor and stuff?
All the Halloween decorations are out. The ghouls, the goblins, the witches.
Again, you love to decorate. Go hit these places and save some money getting the decor that you probably were going to buy 3 times the price in the brand new in the store.
And a lot of stuff, people will buy too much of like the spider webbing and all of that. And they'll donate it, brand new, still in the package.
People that love to do this stuff go overboard? No way.
Well, so I remember several years back, learned the hard way. Don't go overboard when there's alarm sensors. So we had decorated the front at the Humane Society for Halloween. And I had got some of the spider webbing from next door and strung it across the front lobby and had like spiders and stuff just hanging from it. Well, when the air conditioner kicks on, it would blow the spider web. Well, it kept setting the alarm off, so I had to take the decorations down.
So it was cool in theory.
It was really cool in theory. And then, when I'm the one getting called
They'll say,
for the alarm.
The first responders were not too thrilled with the idea, but
no. But it looked really cool for the first 3 days.
Yeah, until the air kicked on. But if you're going to decorate up or need to get costumes, please visit and when you're done visiting that thrift store, go hit the other thrift stores.
A lot of kids' costumes.
Good.
I was over there yesterday, and they have an entire circle rack full, and they still have stuff in storage to come out as things sell.
Oh, wow.
So they have a lot of Halloween because they didn't sell any of it last year because we didn't do Halloween.
That's true.
COVID.
You're right. No one went out and about because of COVID. So they got 2 years worth of costumes ready to go out there and be sold to the public.
They have been spraying everything down with Lysol because, some costumes you can't wash.
Sure. Everything's got to be sanitized.
So as they're pulling it out, they are spraying it and sanitizing it with Lysol. So
absolutely. So you're getting a germ-free product.
Yes.
Unless you germ it up yourself.
They have a lot of kitchenware.
Okay. So if you need to stock up on utensils, appliances, things like that, like small appliances, but if you need like spatulas what about knife sets? Knives are something that can get kind of expensive, but everyone needs them.
Typically, we don't get the whole set donated.
They're usually missing a knife. But if you need knives to cut and you're first starting out and you can't afford to spend $200 or $100 on a knife set, come get you one that might be missing a knife for like $10 or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's face it, do we need unless you're a chef? I mean, there's certain knives in that thing. I'm like,
I use every single knife in my knife.
Now, there's one or two. I'm like, I've never used this knife for anything. I'm just going to use it to use it. You know what I mean?
I don't use it for their purpose. This is the bread knife.
Oh, yeah,
this
that's
is the
true.
fillet knife. No, if I need a knife, I grab it and I use it.
I've opened so many packages with
That is not the fillet knife. That is the package knife.
That's the one that cuts tape on the box.
Yep.
But yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff. They get new stuff in daily.
Yeah.
If you have stuff and you want to donate, call. We can arrange for a pickup. Come out, pick up the items.
Do y'all get a lot of electronics and stuff like gaming systems and TVs, or is that stuff?
We get occasionally we'll get like some flat screen TVs that do work and are in really good condition.
Okay.
The gaming systems are few here and there.
Usually, though, because there's so many businesses that specialize in that, most of those people go directly to them for that kind of stuff. So, because it's usually exchanges and things, and your GameStops and all. The people that are selling them generally want to get a new one. So, they're not willing just to sell it. They're trying to put money towards their next system. So, But occasionally you get some kid that got, all right, I outgrow my games. Here's a Wii or here's a PlayStation 5.
Or the moms took them away.
You got him in trouble. Yeah, that's more likely the case. But but if you do want to donate that kind of stuff, please be advised that if your TV's like the old box type and all that, don't bring it. You can't accept it. Can't take. No one wants them. No one wants to buy them. No one wants to. They're just.
And the landfill's even not allowing us to dump them out there anymore.
Yeah, the e-waste, it's one of those ones that's tricky because they can kind of accept it. So unfortunately, you're going to have to find other ways to get rid of that. We cannot be accepting those. But if you got like your flat screen, wall-mounted, LCDs and all the newer TVs, and you got one of those, they can take those. But and maybe and obviously. If it's got, make sure it works. Like don't doing this. It's only got but it's got this big dot thing in the middle or pixelated. That if you don't want that, no one else is watching TV wants that either. So
this line runs from the right side to the left side.
If it's got that going on, don't. Yeah. If it's still a good TV, you just upgrade it or something, then bring it on down. So my wife and I do that. We have because I have 3 TVs in the house. One in our living room, one in my bedroom, and one in the guest room. And so if I get a new TV, like for the bedroom, then I rotate. Like the one that was in the bedroom's going to the guest room, and now the guest room's the extra or the one we get rid of, Or if I got one for the living room, then I meticulate down the other ones. And that's how I normally do it. But so the low man's the one in the guest room. It's the smallest, crappiest TV.
So if you want to watch the crappy TV, go stay at Mike's house.
That's right. Well, but you're by yourself. You can watch whatever you want in there. I'll be in the other room watching the good shows, but you can go in there and watch whatever you want in there. The bed's comfortable.
That's all that's important.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be antisocial and come visit me and then hang out in my guest room watching TV all day, maybe you shouldn't come visit me. Maybe you should stay at your house and watch TV.
Just text.
But anyway, is there anything we missed? Any other thrift store? Any events or anything coming up here that we want to put on people's radars?
The only one, as long as Tascosa's going to do it, will be First Friday.
First Friday here, which will be on the 1st for October this year. So, that's kind of. And by the way, if you need copies or anything like that, just bring. If you go down to Tascosa, bring with you some cat litter or something to donate to the Humane Society. They'll do it for free. So, and that's a standing thing that they've been doing for years. So, so if you do need copies made, please let Tascosa handle that for you because they like to help out the Humane Society when they do that. So, and if you ever have donations in general and you can't get to the Humane Society for whatever reason, you can drop them off at Tascosa and they'll make sure it gets to you.
Yeah.
So,
Danny and Tracy call us.
Yeah, they're very good about that. So. Excellent. Well, I guess we got it all.
I think so.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. And folks, if seriously, she needs someone right desperately. If you'd like to help out, please reach out to her, to Crystal or the Humane Society. Again, looking for a full-time 40-hour position. It does pay minimum wage, but your day-to-day will be working directly with the animals, helping clean shelters, helping take care of their needs, and then any of the other work, showing potential adoptees, pets, things, all the stuff that you guys do at the Humane Society. So
all the fun stuff.
But you gotta be picking up the poop and everything just like everybody else does there. So don't think you're too high and mighty for not picking up poop.
I'm not even high and mighty for that. I gotta go do that now.
She's like, I'm going right now.
Yep.
And I like it.
Some days.
Well, thank you, Crystal, and
thank
we'll see you next time. Yes. All right. It is 9:48. Quick update for news and your Hannity update. Quick break before we go. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. The old Roswell Municipal Airport property is being cleared for future development. In a prepared statement, the city of Roswell says it worked through the process over the past 2 years to show the FAA it had fulfilled its financial obligations linked to past federal grants awarded to the former airport. While specific plans for use of the property have not yet been fully formulated, an important step was recently achieved that freed up the city-owned land for future development. The Pecos River Blitz is scheduled for Saturday, September 25th from 7 to 11 a.m., where volunteers will gather to clean up the river. Volunteers are asked to gather at the Riverwalk Recreation Center at 400 Riverwalk Drive in Carlsbad. Also, a cleanup will be held within the Lincoln National Forest Smoky Bear Ranger District on Friday and Saturday, the 24th and 25th. Volunteers will restore streams in the forest by building one rock dams and beaver analog dams in Big Bonito Creek. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
There is a significant majority of registered Democratic voters. They now prefer socialism to capitalism. Fox News poll, socialism 59% favorable, capitalism 49%. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Any name, any form, any manifestation of socialism, redistributionism, it all ends the same way. Broken promises, unfulfilled promises. It ends with more poverty, not less, and giving up how much freedom you calculate at the end of the mess you created. If you think it's going to work and it appeals to you, tell me what part of government is so effective now beyond the military.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
All right, the school year is getting started for millions across the nation. Chances are your child's learning environment is not going to be a perfect one. Now, Acellus Power Homeschool, they have become the answer for both schools and for parents that have decided to bring their child's classroom either partially home or for full-time homeschooling. Now, parents worry that their kids are getting behind in math because schools had to close last year, and other parents worry if their kids are on track to read at their grade level. And now we're worried again that our kids might face disruptions this school year. Now, at powerhomeschool.org, it's one word, you're going to see how parents can control their children's education by offering online courses at home taught by some of America's greatest teachers. Now, it's especially effective if your student is struggling or students with learning disabilities. If you are considering homeschooling or looking to fill any gaps at home, please visit powerhomeschool.org. That's powerhomeschool.org today.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Just enough moist air for an isolated shower or thunderstorm by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny, low to mid-90s on our afternoon high, and it could be a little bit breezy late in the day. Overnight looks clear, down to about 60, and then a pretty hot day coming up tomorrow with mid to upper 90s and sunshine. Looks like sunny and 90s for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. Retail sales and unemployment applications go in the same direction, up. Correspondent Jeremy House.
The Commerce Department says retail sales rose a seasonally adjusted 0.7% in August from the month before. It was much better than the 0.85% decline Wall Street analysts had expected. However, the report does show a shift in how the Delta variant has changed where Americans spend their time and money. Online sales soared 5.5% last month, while sales at restaurants and bars were flat from the month before.
332,000 Americans applied for jobless benefits last week. That was a rise of 20,000 from the prior week. Irish airline Ryanair planning to create 5,000 jobs over the next 5 years, part of its recovery from the shock of the coronavirus pandemic. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
A story was told of a new lawyer that moved to town. This new lawyer had a new office with no clients to start his new practice in the new town. One afternoon, as the very first person walked into his office, the lawyer immediately picked up the phone and said, I'm flying to New York on the Timmons case. It looks like a biggie. And ring Paul from New Jersey on the Pettis case. Also, I may join Hooch, Smith, and Patton as a partner. Gotta go. Someone just walked in. As he hung up the phone, he said, "Now, how may I help you?" The man replied, "I'm here to hook up the phone." Oh, how we're always trying to impress people. Sometimes we even try to impress God. You know what? You don't even have to impress God. He wants you to be His child, and He will do great things through you. No impressing necessary.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Have you been dealing with stress or anxiety lately? Don't let that stop you from getting the dental work done that you know needs to happen. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and every day we help people just like you have a relaxing and pain-free experience with IV sedation. Just imagine a dental experience where you don't remember the needles or the drills. If that's what you're looking for, we can help. Let us ease your stress and create the best dental experience ever.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main or call 622-4455.
Hey everybody, join us live on remote this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to be at Ridgeland Motors on West 2nd in Roswell for their big end of summer clearance event. Come on out, you'll find super low payments and some great summer giveaways. We're going to be giving away free hot dogs and ice cold Pepsi products. They've got all kinds of giveaways, including a 4-burner backyard gas barbecue grill with all the accessories, free summer games like volleyball sets, adventure-style tents, and so much more. Plus, the grand prize, they're giving away a custom Richland Motors cornhole set. All happening this Saturday. Come on out to Richland Motors on West 2nd. Enter and come have some fun with us. 10 to 1. We'll see you there.
Celebrate the beauty of the Southwest during Yucca Blossom Trade Days, September 18th and 19th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. 2 great days with more than 50 local crafters, artists, and artisans showing and sharing their amazing works. Plus, fun for the whole family, including Zia axe throwing, a cornhole tournament, the Moose Caboose, Mechanical Bull, Gyro, and the famous Runyon Ranch Petting Zoo. And enter the raffle for your chance to win the drawing live on 92.9 The Brand Sunday afternoon. Yucca Blossom Trade Days, September 18th and 19th at the Fairgrounds in Artesia.
Welcome to Constitution Education Minute. The Fourth Amendment to our Constitution reads, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." An important point to remember is we are not free from all searches and seizures, only unlawful ones. There are 5 elements that are required for each lawful search: a proper warrant based upon probable cause, supported by an oath before common law court describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. There are no other exceptions to your right to property in the Fourth Amendment. All searches and seizures that don't have all 5 elements present are in violation of your constitutionally recognized right to be secure in your persons and property. Know your rights. Protect and defend them for yourselves and your posterity. Constitution Education Minute, sponsored by Republican Party of Eddy County.
Maybe your AC unit needs a little tender loving care. If you don't know where to turn, then you don't know Jack. Fergalicious. In fact, they're downright funky. Fergalicious. Let the boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating get your AC unit ice cold, just like some of my lady friends. Don't let any fool make you lose your cool. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating. If you don't know Fergie, then you don't know Jack. 622-2660.
Fergalicious. Otto von Bismarck is said to have quipped, "Laws are like sausages. It's better not to see them being made." While that's a great line, we respectfully disagree. We're New Mexico Foundation for Open Government, a nonpartisan, not-for-profit organization that exists to promote transparency in government, so you not only know what's happening, but why, and by whom. Because what you don't know can hurt you. Visit nmfog.org and become a member today. Sponsored by New Mexico Broadcasters Association.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:58. Got about 2 minutes here before we wrap up the show. If you missed any part of it, I invite you to check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you'll find all the videos there. You can also go to our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook wall and find them there at your leisure, too. We had Mayor Dennis Kentai join us in the 7 o'clock hour. He announced he's running for re-election for mayor in the upcoming election cycle, which for the city and municipal will be first part of next year there. They declare January 4th, I believe, 4th or 5th, somewhere right around that ballpark. But anyway, and then we also talked about the special ICIP meeting that they had early this week and the results from that. In the 8 o'clock hour, we had Public Affairs Director Juanita Jennings join us. Talked a lot of city this morning, and she gave us updates on, of course, the public forum tonight. Oh, I just remembered. Dang it. For folks to the Sheriff's Luncheon, they had to postpone that today due to unforeseen circumstances. So if you're scheduled to go to that at 11:30 today, they had to reschedule that to unforeseen circumstances. I apologize. I was supposed to mention that earlier, and I just remembered. Dang it, I'm a dummy. Sorry about that. But then again, if you missed any part of Juanita's, we talked about the public forum tonight. We talked about the events coming up. Also basketball. They're signing up for youth basketball. The big dance they're having at the Adult Center tomorrow night. We talked about all that with her. And then, of course, just a few minutes ago, we had Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society join us. They've got a full kennel full of pets, cats, dogs, big, little, medium dogs available for adoption right now. Also, they are looking for someone to be a part of their team. They do have a position for 40 hours. It does pay $10.50, the minimum wage, but you get 40 hours and you get to work with pets all day. Yeah, you're going to be cleaning poop, but you get to make a real difference. Fun, so apply in person there. All right, we got to go. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM.